Oh yeah.
There we
Ah.
go. So two things I've done. I'll start from the beginning. First, I've put in a auto ducking thing. So if I talk or if anyone on Discord talks, it should dynamically reduce the volume of the game. It does seem to work in testing, though not as much as it should, question mark. So we'll see if
Okay.
that makes a difference. The other thing I have done, and I'm not, and you'll have to let me know if this impacts the sound quality of the game broadly, is I have put on a limiter filter so that no matter how loud the game tries to get, there is a maximum volume it cannot exceed, and it will compress the audio down to prevent it from exceeding that volume.
Ooh.
The
So-
limiter.
The
Those
limiter.
You're putting weighted gauntlets on the stream.
Yeah. Actually, and we'll, just since for last time, OC, could you say a couple lines of the things so I can look at your levels real quick?
Yeah, okay, I'm talking into the mic and I'm saying things just to see what they look like or sound like on whatever Saturn's end is thinking. Sometimes I talk a little quieter and sometimes I talk a little louder and sometimes the mic has moved a little bit. We'll see what happens as the night goes on.
It's all looking good over here. So, cool. In that case, I can take us back to the main screen where my little Morglet is rejoining me after I have forgotten to turn her back on for 2 of
Oh
these
my god, I
streams in a
forgot
row.
about her.
We abandoned our girl.
She's been in the layout the entire time. It's just she's been invisible. So she's presumably
okay.
been skulking around doing murders or something like that.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Yeah.
So I almost pressed new case. That would have been a disaster.
That would have been bad. Please no. I don't want to do this all over again. We're so far.
Really funny. Please do it.
Okay, yay.
No!
We're going
Okay.
to go into the beginning of the second half of the first and definitely only court sequence in this case. There for sure won't be any
believe you.
after this. 100%.
I
Yeah.
don't believe you.
Why not?
We'll figure it out.
Phoenix Wright would never do that to us, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right?
look. Sometimes the second case is a one-day case in a Phoenix Wright game.
Sorry, the cat scared me.
As is so often the case.
One second, I'm actually just gonna move
Sometimes he just kind
my-
of sneaks up on you and he uses his gigantic fangs to rub against you and you go, what the hell is that? It's just the cat.
It's the cat. This is the cat.
Oh, we're right. We're kicking. Oh shit! Ah, fuck! Shit! Hold on. Shit!
Emma waking up after having taken a nap in the middle of the courtroom.
That's literally okay. Sorry about that. I accidentally yanked my headphones out as I sat up. So you and your partner were the second officers to arrive on the scene?
That's correct, ma'am. When the 1099 went out, my partner and I were relatively center city. We were within jogging distance of the site after an elevator ride, so we proceeded on foot.
Rogers still hasn't shown.
We had to find this other cop to do the talking.
That's right. Emma must have rushed to London to adjust to the reshuffled docket. It's also been a while
Blah,
for
blah,
me, and
blah,
I'm
blah.
tripping over my own internal thoughts. I assume he was rushed. He does seem somewhat distracted.
I left my ramen cup in the microwave before I got over here.
It'll be cold
We
by
arrived
the
on the
time I get back.
We arrived on the premises at 10:21 p.m. At 10:27 p.m., we assisted Officer Rogers in completing his arrest of the suspect.
What did that involve? Reading rights to an unconscious man?
That's a good bit.
We helped Rogers finish cuffing the suspect, is what I meant. His hands were shaking.
You're a witness, counselor.
I'd like to ask London why he wasn't explicit about all this yesterday, but complaining about a detective not being forthcoming with the defense isn't exactly a winning strategy. He didn't hesitate to show me his involvement with the mafias yesterday. What's he got left to hide? Start from the top. Why were you nearby? Why were you and your partner in Center City that night, Detective?
Well, to be honest, I hadn't eaten dinner yet, and I was really in the mood for some kind of hot soup, you know?
Frequently, I'm in the mood for a sort of hot soup. Oh, God. I fucked with my model. I accidentally moved a window around in it. I'm trying to move my model off to the side so I can make sure it looks okay, and then it did the Windows thing where it becomes really it goes to the whole half of the screen.
It's like, oh, you wanted
Saturn
it
is
all
doing
the way
instant
over here.
transmission.
That's right. I'm frequently in the mood for a hot soup, though.
Yeah. And my partner was kind enough to indulge me on taking a drive.
That's all he's gonna say? Well, I can call him a compromised witness just because he was in the area, but what the hell is there even the press when his answer is that simple?
You can ask him if he likes cold soup.
I'm almost tempted to...
Can we afford? Yeah, can we afford the
Yes,
hit?
Yeah.
we can afford it.
Was the soup any good, detective?
I never got any in the end. Had this hole in the wall place in mind when we got there, but when we got there, turned out they'd gone out of business last month. It had been a while since I'd last stopped by.
I hope that doesn't happen to Johnny King Noodle.
I guess they always knew they weren't that successful, but I thought.
Johnny Noodle King will never die that way.
Oh yeah, no, the place is
I
gonna
saw
stay in
that.
business
That's
for
just
fucking
too good.
forever.
That place is not big enough for its customer base.
Yeah, that's a line out the door every day. Honestly, I thought it'd lose some of its charm if it got too popular.
I love this expression of pain.
I hope
This-
this is
yeah.
relevant.
This is the
God, I
expression
hope this
I
is
make
relevant.
whenever like a place I like closes.
Yeah.
I'm channeling the feeling I felt when the quesarito was stopped being in production.
Famous indie dining experience, the Taco Bell
Taco Bell.
quesarito.
Listen, it's the same feeling, okay?
I
Shut up.
understand, I
Leave me
understand.
alone. Maybe if I hadn't been so selfish, they'd still be here. You never know how much you'll miss that 7 out of 10 restaurant until it's gone, you know? Fuck! He's fucking channeling! Almost
This is the most Ben character I've ever heard.
I don't think I have seen a scene in the game where Kasim London looks so suicidally depressed as he does in this moment.
This is how I felt when they revealed that they were shutting down the studio that made Marvel Midnight Suns. We didn't know. No one told us. We could have saved you.
Yeah.
Your Honor, relevant.
It's not relevant, but it is poignant and deeply human, and everybody knows I gotta live vicariously through every single one of you sons of bitches. I'll allow it. Or, I won't punish it at least. Now ask a real question.
Okay. Right away, Your Honor. How did you and your partner go about clearing the building?
I took point. My partner covered me, checking the rooms behind us as we went. It was tense, searching the rooms with that racket blaring from upstairs.
You were still searching for suspects even though there was a 10999 on the 3rd floor?
Rogers had already reported the manner of his partner's death, Counselor. We weren't going to run upstairs and try and defibrillate.
There is some part of me that's tempted, or well, I could just call it a 1039, and then I remember the Galaxy Express thing, and I'm just like, can we call it a 10 sunk you?
That's good.
Because I'm always grateful. No, I can't say that. I don't think.
Well,
I need my Twitch ad revenue pennies.
But I mean, you know,
if you know, you know.
ups or down.
How was that report made, officer?
Over comms around 10:17 p.m.
Is it common practice to separate from one another when responding to a 10999?
It's one of several valid approaches the department advises in critical scenarios.
Okay.
Did you ever lose sight of your partner?
I might have.
So she might have lost sight of you.
speculation, Your Honor.
If I can't see you, you can't see me. That's not speculation, Your Honor, just grade school logic.
Come in. Overruled. Spill the deets, witness.
Yes. Me and my partner were separated as we cleared the building. For more than a minute, I'd say.
Interesting. Dumb question, detective, but did you have your body camera on? Face of a guy who definitely had his body camera on when being asked if he had his body camera on.
Officers aren't required to turn on body cameras when responding to an emergency, counselor. And detectives aren't required to wear body cameras at all.
Like I said, dumb question.
Well, she's also a detective, so probably the same thing, I would assume.
The same answer, right?
We also don't have any more questions to press, though, after this.
Yeah, that's
We might
true.
as well just press. We might as well just press it. Why not? See what it gets us.
But by any chance, did your partner have a body camera going? Perhaps out of a characteristic abundance of respect for the rules?
Matter of fact, I believe she did.
So of the first 4 of our city's brave policemen to arrive at the scene of a crime, only 1 of them thought to turn their body cam on?
It's my understanding that Rogers couldn't turn his on, as it had broken earlier in the week.
And Tariq Chapin?
I don't know why he didn't have his on.
Does Emma know? Does Officer Rogers? Thank you for giving us all of that to chew on, Detective London.
Come on, give me a break. I was trying to be helpful.
No, I mean it. Blackjack, by the way. In case you weren't aware.
Why did you say
Oh,
that?
you mean blackjack?
It's blackjack, baby.
Why do you keep saying that after, like, cross-examining a witness?
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm doing a bit.
It's my
It's called a
famous
gimmick.
watching TV bit.
It's called a gimmick. Every good lawyer has one.
Nothing makes me feel better than a blackjack mechanic in a video game, Teeb says. I feel like not enough video games have blackjack in them.
A lot of them do poker.
Been playing a lot of blackjack in Fallout New Vegas,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
New
That's
Vegas-
it, baby!
New Vegas has blackjack. What I think is funniest about New Vegas is the way like it has card games, but your luck matters so much that like
Yeah.
it just like it's not a real blackjack game. I have a stat that cooks the books in my favor, which is very
Yeah.
funny.
no, but
to me.
that's awesome. That's how it should be.
Oh, Dicey Dungeons. I've seen that, but I haven't played it. That game has a. I've listened to a lot of that game's soundtrack. I'll tell you that for free. I'm especially interested to hear you describe how my client was unconscious and helpless by the time he first appeared on any body cam. Shall we review the footage together? I wonder if we can pinpoint exactly how many wounds he received in between his arrest and when his mugshot was taken.
Redirect, Your Honor.
Really? What is she doing now?
The prosecution called Detective London as their witness and asked their questions. Ad and I just had the chance to ask her own questions during the cross-examination. After the cross-examination, the people can redirect if they have additional questions for the witness.
So it isn't just one for them and one for us.
More like an eye for an eye for an eye until justice is blind and bloody. She wants another round. Why? Just stalling?
Detective London, are you aware of an ongoing police investigation for a figure known as the Hound of Icaria?
Oh, okay. That was in that sound was in the game. I heard like a siren going off, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I was scared for a second.
Not stalling. Approach, Your Honor.
Wait. Do I finally get to say the line? Hold on, this is happening too fast? Okay. Oh, so you're a pro. They're already here.
This Hound of Icaria is obviously some kind of case file that the Organized Crimes Department is working on. Detective London isn't qualified to speak on it.
Homicide, organized crimes. They're that big a difference?
Depends on the career of the witness in question. Detective London, for example, spent 6 years in the organized crime unit.
Oh, thank you, Magus. Magus is confirming that the audio settings seem to be working. Hooray.
Hey,
He what?
you didn't know that?
Where are you taking this, Emma?
Wait a minute, but I think I need spoilers as well. If you ask him about this, what's he gonna say?
That the Hound of Icaria is an assassin who leaves calling cards at each of his kills, terrorizing the house's perceived enemies without shame. And that the lead suspect in those cases is a man around Sosuke's height and age. With gray-blue hair, a modded spine, and a large tattoo of a dog across his back.
That big dog tattoo is gonna be the death of him.
Sosuke, you vain son of a bitch, you got made with your shirt off?
Listen, I had to rip it off to fight someone on top of the tower. I was on the Millennium Tower.
Bless you.
You cannot let the jury hear that, Your Honor.
I really want to!
If organized crimes wanted to arrest Sosuke, they should have done so already. He's on trial here today for these 5 counts and nothing else.
The defense has once again claimed that their client is merely some veteran who's been victimized by greater forces. But the police believe that he's in fact the deadliest soldier the Icaria have at their disposal. That's not irrelevant.
No, it's just prejudicial as hell.
Girls fighting. Oh, but obeying the legal precedent. Oh, but the tension. Oh, the human drama.
I'll just be giving a summary. The case file won't enter the record.
So you won't even give me a chance to object to the evidence? Your Honor, if you do this, the jury will be spoiled within seconds, and I'll have my client served up a mistrial before the day's through.
Some other lucky adjutant, we could have all the rest of the fun. I've severed the jury's feed for the time being. I'd like to hear exactly what the witness has to say before ruling on this testimony's inclusion.
But Your Honor, the gallery...
Is not your concern, nor a concern of justice. This trial will remain open to the public until such a time as I or the state feel it shouldn't be.
I love the very rare times you get 80 being extremely serious looking.
Very serious and
Mhm.
very stern, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good.
Decision made!
Thank you, Your Honor.
I should put 8084 and FGO as a ruler.
God, please, that would be so sick.
The worst
the only
ruler.
1-star ruler.
I was about to say, 1-star ruler with like 5-star stats and like the
Yeah.
shittiest fucking skill set.
The worst skills you've ever seen in your life.
We
Yeah.
found a way to make Angermine worse.
The worst noble phantasm.
Yeah, her servant abilities is that she has 1 attack and 100,000 HP.
Yeah.
What just happened?
The jury's gonna take a bathroom break. Emma will get to ask her questions, but in all likelihood, the adjutant will make sure they never hear the answers.
We aren't any worse off.
Sosuke might be.
What do you mean?
This gallery's filled to the brim with cops. They all think he killed Chopin. If London regales us with all the tales of the Hound's exploits on top of that.
Don't worry, Sasuke. They can't do anything to you in here.
Because we're in a courtroom. I won't spend the rest of my life in this room, Sarah. And even if I could, I wouldn't.
Detective London, if you would, please testify as to the.
Oh, for real?
Your Honor?
What now?
Hey, Rockford. That witness guy who flaked on you, made you look dumb,
Yes?
is finally here.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no more questions for the witness at this time.
Really? But I...
The redirect fizzles out. Counselor, you want to snap it up?
No, Your Honor.
Dang, Detective London. Nobody wants to talk to your ass.
mean. Ugh.
Miss Rockford let it go.
She doesn't hold anything back in the courtroom, but only because that's what gives her her greatest chance of victory. If the jury wouldn't hear it either way, and she has no need to stall for time, she won't stoke the coals for the fun of it.
So if you hadn't fought against that redirect up to the very last moment...
Bullet caught, huh?
Yeah, nothing impressive about putting my arm between the gun and my...
Heart?
I was gonna say stomach.
The analogy seems weaker somehow. There he is.
The man of the hour. The hero who put a stop to the Hound of Icaria and brought justice to the city over the loss of its favored son, Tariq Chapon.
Patrol Officer Rogers reporting for duty.
You don't have to say that.
Sorry, then just, reporting for duty.
You're right, Magus, he does look like Mike Meekins.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Mike Meekins looking ass. Pathetic baby girl, says Zoop Bloop Bloop.
Name and occupation.
Patrol Officer Huey Rogers. Occupation? Patrol Officer.
Let's find out about this dork.
Fucking dork.
How do you like salt water? What is what in what
Yeah,
context?
it makes his hair look good.
It probably is just great for the skin, you know?
You like salt water but dislike sand?
Yeah.
What? So
That's
what
really good,
context-
actually.
What context do you like salt water?
He likes to go
When he's
on
on
a
a-
boat and go
Yeah.
out to the ocean and never touch the beach the entire time.
I can't stand mice.
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
See that's why he likes the salt water. There's no mice in the ocean.
Great.
He dislikes marshmallows. What a loser.
I also don't like marshmallows.
I only like marshmallows in the context of a s'more. That's kind of it, truly.
Ben,
You
you and
know?
I are the only ones with
I know.
vision
We
and
all-
purpose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
have,
Sorry.
we have childlike whimsy in our hearts.
No, they just don't taste like anything unless you add them with a Reese cup and a piece of graham cracker. You know?
I'm just saying, if I wanted mallow root in something, I would drink a root beer.
A former partner of Tariq Chapon. Apologies for earlier.
It's fine. The court understands that the city council had need of you.
When I said my name wrong. Won't happen again.
And your tardiness.
What's that?
Being hours late to this trial.
Did I not set a reminder?
This is my favorite Emma expression, by the way.
It's really good.
Emma's face when you post cringe on main.
Does seeing him here in the flesh jog your memory at all?
No, not at all.
I'd think this guy would be pretty hard to forget.
Deep saying she's Winston in baiting.
Yeah.
He must have sustained quite the concussion then.
As an appetizer. From what I saw, he's lucky nothing important leaked out of his ears.
Shall we begin, Officer Rogers?
Right. From where?
The start!
Oh. Well, it was a pretty boring, normal night. Me and Chopin were just driving our route, windows down. He was always getting carsick if the windows weren't down. Then around 9:45 or so, my partner heard shots fired. So off we went.
What does that mean?
Well, shots echoed down in the lower wards, so I wasn't too sure about the direction. But my partner was confident that it had something to do with the Blue Bloods. That area is a known hotspot. As we neared the street, we saw people slinking away from it. And we got the message. People can sense that kind of trouble even when they don't know it. Something bad had gone down and no one wanted anything to do with it. The front door wouldn't budge. I peeked around in the alley, but the fire escape was out of commission. Then my partner shot clean through the door handle.
Dupont was that determined to get inside based on some echoed gunshots and a few context clues? Supposed context clues are most of what I use to find the place too, but...
So when you arrived, the only way into the building was locked?
Yeah, and so we had a strong reason to believe the shooter was still in the vicinity. I was in favor of waiting for backup at this point, but my partner, he was convinced the place was dead empty already. So he was moving a good bit faster than me right up until we got to the second floor, and we heard a loud slam.
Slam?
What kind of slam?
Like, slam! Or like, slam! Or like, slam.
I don't know. It was loud, though.
Of the Devil Dev team just playing with sound effects like people on Tumblr play with JPEGs like dolls.
Yeah!
And Chopin gets all deadly serious and insists I stay, and he goes ahead. Up to the third floor. After a bit, he yelled down to me saying everyone was dead and I should come join him. That's when I heard another heavy thud. I didn't know what it was, the sound of my partner's body hitting the floor. But I put two and two together, and when I saw that man there standing over him...
Well, let the record show that the witness has finally identified the defendant.
If you heard a noise at a crime scene, the natural conclusion would be that you were not alone.
If Chopin thought they weren't alone, why would he insist on splitting up?
Any thoughts?
I mean, I think that Chopin is up to something shady. I think our dead guy might not be as much of a saint. This may shock you, but I think the dead cop is probably not a good guy.
You're telling me that the cops aren't good guys? Hold on.
I know. I'm so sorry, Saturn. I know that's like a lot to take in.
I know it's
while we're just kind of voicing this dumb video game. But
I know it's 2026, but I just woke up after having been put in an ice cube about I don't know. Looks back at the history books. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The whole time. All of every single time.
Always has been.
So what is
I say
wait?
to
Can I see the backlog again, real fast?
Sure. The backlog is why
Yeah.
would Tariq Chapon insist on splitting up despite it being
Yeah, if he
clearly
heard a
an
noise.
evolving situation?
I would say to search quickly. He's trying to. I think he's suspicious, but like the logical thing is, or no, actually, you know what? No, I think Morgan here would say to prevent escape.
It's either to prevent escape or to avoid crossfire. In my head, crossfire seems like Chapon knew something was up, it seems like. So he was trying to keep Rogers from getting shot. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
So we have a war chest to play with later. I will pick the one that I remember is correct.
Okay.
That's it. Chapon must have wanted to split up so they could cut off possible routes of escape. Perhaps I can shed some light on the late officer's actions.
With more speculation.
With some helpful theorizing. Capped off with hard evidence. Officer Chapon explicitly told his partner to stay behind. And the only reason he'd do that is if he thought it'd let them catch an escaping suspect.
Why would he think a suspect was escaping if he heard a noise upstairs?
He wouldn't. He'd only think a suspect was escaping if the noise he heard was... So, we'll go over these. This is something that would be easier if we, remembered... It hadn't been a month since we actually did the investigation.
Yeah,
Well, let's see what we got.
So, our options are the fire escape, connects the crime scene to the room immediately below, but the street ladder's missing, so it's not really usable. The gun that was shot. This probably isn't relevant because we emptied both the bullets before anyone got there. And the dumpster, which you will recall Qasim London opened and then allowed to close with a very loud sound when that happened.
Yes.
A slam, true. Yeah,
A subway slam,
Slam.
you might even say.
The subway
Ah.
slammer.
The whole subway is his for the slamming.
A noise that came from the alley.
Oh, what kind of noise would that be?
A noise like the one I was treated to when Detective London clumsily shut the dumpster out there.
Hey now, it left my ears ringing too, you know.
What are you even talking about?
I'm talking about an exit plan. In other words, how the real culprit managed to flee the scene.
How does a dumpster lid relate to some imaginary suspect's great escape?
1963, 172 minutes.
Clever.
Very good.
Very good,
cute.
Sarah. The only way to get from the third floor to the street without going past the two cops clearing the building would be by going down the fire escape and into the alley.
A fire escape that's broken.
So no one could climb up it. But anyone could jump from it onto the dumpster below.
Yeah.
Ladders only need to work one way.
I can kind of see it.
That must be a dead pixel you're seeing, Your Honor. Were there boot prints on top of the dumpster? A dent in the lid?
Well, that's...
No? Of course not. So there's no proof, no reason at all to think that anyone jumped down onto it.
I mean, it could be a sturdy dumpster lid.
And no reason for us to entertain this train of thought.
Damn it, that's... I've got nothing. If there had been damage to the dumpster, I could never prove it was caused by a fleeing culprit.
I don't know.
I'm thinking...
I know. But might this not possibly be the time for you to stop thinking? And instead... flip the go board like you've told me to do before?
Die.
You're horribly misquoting me. But Emma says there's no proof that anyone fled the crime scene. But if there was proof of that, what would it look like? Proof that someone was in that room when the police first arrived, but not there when the police got to the 3rd floor. They would have had to take the fire escape if Rogers never saw them. And they couldn't have taken the fire escape without first opening the window. It's been bothering me since yesterday. I was sure those windows were closed when I left, but they've been open ever since the scene was secured. And I can't testify to that. One time I know the truth and I want to get it out, but I can't admit it without screwing myself over.
Adonai? Any luck?
Pardon the interruption, Your Honor. I have no objections at this time.
Then the witness may continue.
Please do. But rewind a bit first, if you could, since we got off topic. And don't spare any detail. Tell the court exactly what you saw, felt, and heard that night.
Cool Final Fantasy 14 reference, bro. Of course, the witness is a trained police officer of our city's prestigious police force. He'll gladly recount every minutia for us.
Oh no, they're asking me to do things.
Line by line.
Aw, jeez.
Aw, geez, Rick. Like, every detail?
Especially the irrelevant ones.
Sir, yes, sir.
I did get a little in my head just now. Better listen through his whole testimony at least once before I start looking for holes.
It was a quiet night, but then my partner heard gunshots. We headed for the nearest known Orca hotspot and arrived to find the building dead quiet. The door was locked. I checked the alley, but didn't see another way in. So Chopin shot off the lock through the handle and we entered. Wait a minute.
Followed some kind of loud music upstairs. Then there was a slam.
I'm here. No, I was saying, wait a minute, because that line about the lock.
I mean, it's auto advancing. I'm sorry.
Oh. To find the defendant standing over my partner's dead body.
We can we can do again. It's the that's the cross
forgot the
examination
auto
mini game, but
scroll.
without the thing.
Yeah. I forgot the auto scroll. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. We can just do it again when we inevitably have to go through this dialogue in the immediate future.
Something stand out to you, Adonai?
Yeah, my ears pricked up a bit.
The saying is perked up, is it not?
What? Let me focus.
Shut up.
Our evidence. Sound system. Fire escape. The front door. Now we're gonna go through.
Yeah, the lock doesn't seem right because the lock was not damaged.
Well, let's go through again,
right?
And we'll have time to think it over as we go through again.
Okay.
Okay. Quiet night, but then my partner heard gunshots. We headed for the nearest known Orca hotspot and arrived to find the building dead quiet. The door was locked. I checked the alley, but didn't see another way in. So Chopin shot the lock through the door and we entered. I followed some kind of loud music up the stairs. Then there was a slam and my partner bolted upstairs. About a minute later, I heard a thud from upstairs and came running. To find the defendant standing over my partner's dead body.
Sounds like quite the sensory overload hearing it described in such detail.
Yeah, could have been very overwhelming. But the 5 senses are still bound by logic. And he's claiming something that contradicts the crime scene as we know it. Unfortunately, I can't pause to look at evidence in the middle of this.
Yeah, I was kind of really hoping to.
But we can just hammer through really quick. So
yeah. So the
relevant
lock-
evidence for this is the Mag US, I believe, came up. No, that was for a different door.
That was for different. It was the
Sound system, the front
Oop.
door, and the fire escape.
Okay,
Thank you.
so fire escape. Connected to the room where the crime took place. Rusty and poorly maintained. It's missing a ladder. It'd normally let you climb up from the street. So you could only move back and forth between the third floor room where the bodies were found and the second floor room beneath it. That's the room we found in the investigation that was all like covered in fucking trash and garbage and shit.
Right.
Just as a reminder. The sound system. Sound system found the scene of the crime. According to ARCS, the system was still playing music loudly by the time the crime scene tech started scanning the environment. It was really giving me a headache when I turned it off. Didn't enjoy having to turn it back on before I left just to leave no trace.
So that's
Okay.
that'll check it out.
So the sound system was on the entire time.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then the other one was the
fire escape.
We just did the fire escape.
No, the door.
Okay, we
the
just did
lock,
fire-
the door.
The
front door.
lock.
Door
I'm sorry,
lock,
it was the
yes.
lock. That is
It's right there. Pass it down a little bit.
There it is.
Under fire escape.
The front door entrance to the crime scene utilizes a physical lock and key mechanism designed to automatically lock behind you when leaving the building. The lock is currently
it is
damaged and
damaged.
non-functional. Yes. Trey had to unlock it to let me inside. I didn't think to see if it had locked behind me after I left. But
Well,
we
yeah,
did see that when we went to
before.
go investigate that the lock had very clearly been knocked ajar
Shot.
by something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, does anyone have any thoughts about what the contradiction in this testimony could be?
I thought it was the lock, so I didn't really pay too much close attention to anything else.
Can I see the? Oh, go
I
ahead,
do notice
sorry.
on his second testimony when they first walked in, he notices it's quiet, and then 3 or 4 things later he mentions the music, which is odd.
Well, he was
'cause
saying it's a
as
quiet night, like he hadn't gotten any other calls.
No, when they were saying like it was quiet when they got through the front door.
Yeah, he was
But-
saying when they arrived it was dead quiet. He did say
Yeah, which contradicts what we know about how loud the sound system was, and also from her own testimony how she could hear the music the second she walked in.
that. Sarah, you had a thing you were gonna say?
Can I see the fire escape again? Because
Sure.
because the sound system. There it is.
This is all that's here.
Damn, I have no idea.
So, what I can say, because I do remember this bit, is that
Okay.
OC is on the right track.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, well,
So-
let me see the testimony again.
So yeah, we'll go through it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So, quiet night, they heard shots.
Right.
Yep.
Headed for the nearest hotspot and arrived to find the building dead quiet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Door was locked, checked the alley, didn't see another way in. So they shot off the lock, go through the door, and they entered. Followed some kind of loud music up the stairs, and then there was a slam, and my partner bolted upstairs. About a minute later, I hear a thud from upstairs and came running to find my partner dead.
So it's the sound system because the window was open. You should have heard that.
Exactly. We're gonna call on this.
Oh.
If the window was open, he should have heard this. How could you have arrived to find the place dead quiet when there was a sound system blaring on the top floor?
The witness must not have heard the sound system. This is a noisy city, even in the lower wards.
But he did hear the music. He described it in his testimony just now. Oh my god.
Oh, it's some kind of loud music up the stairs.
So the building was dead quiet when you were outside, but you could hear music from the first floor?
Well, yeah, I heard the music pretty much as soon as we stepped inside.
Only after you stepped inside?
Yeah, sturdy door, I guess.
Your Honor, the witness has established that the front door was very secure and tightly locked. There's nothing strange about it blocking out some amount of sound.
But it blocked out, like, all the sound. Once the door was open, the music was booming.
He's like, stop ruining my case, you little fuck.
What's your fucking problem?
You idiot!
Shut up, bald ass. God.
just Emma sending him like those old ass Penny Arcade memes. Like, why are you so bald?
Yeah.
It's literally. I killed him. Yeah. Did I fuck up?
Yeah.
The scene of the crime was a known Blue Blood property, yes? A safe house apartment complex of sorts, as I understand it? They must have made a number of modifications to the premises. That front door certainly looked like a newish addition. Maybe they redid the windows, too.
I don't get it.
I don't mind stating it plainly, Your Honor. That building has been thoroughly... This one's pretty obvious.
Soundproof?
That building has been thoroughly soundproofed, Your Honor.
You think the building was soundproofed?
I know it was. I experienced it myself, stepping out of the lower wards and into its dingy nightclub vibe. That would explain what the witness experienced, wouldn't it?
Perhaps, but...
But that wouldn't explain the building being dead quiet when they arrived. Not unless the window next to the sound system was closed. Showed my hand a bit there. She knows what I'm gunning for.
Counselor? Asking the court to accept that the building happened to be soundproof is not the flawless argument you're making it out to be. The window in question opens to the alley. Rogers could have easily missed the noise coming out of it.
Even though he already testified that he checked the alley before his partner shot the door open?
Oops.
He might have merely neglected to mention that he heard the music at the time.
Huh? Music in the alley? I would have noticed that kind of thing, right?
Shut up!
Fast on the uptake, this one.
I'm looking at this arcs from every angle I can, rotating cubes in my mind as fast as my programming will allow.
I love not as fast as my programming will enable, as fast as my program will allow me. I have limiters to prevent the speed, to reduce the speed at which I can rotate cubes.
So I think the best I've seen someone post a screen cap of this image and then with a text bubble of Dracula Flow saying it.
Yeah. I'm looking at this arcs from every angle I can.
Rotating cubes as fast as my programming will allow. I'm 84. I'm 12 years old.
And I'm still seeing a crime scene where the windows are open. What am I doing wrong? There's a trick to it. Try focusing on just a single cube first. Once you've got one spinning consistently.
Yes, Your Honor, the windows were found open. It's a contradiction.
The windows were closed when the officers arrived, but open by the time Rogers got to the 3rd floor. That means that someone must have opened them.
Someone not currently on trial, Your Honor.
You should stretch before attempting mental gymnastics that intense, Counselor. You claim that the windows were originally closed and only opened at the last moment as some mystery individual fled into the alley. But we know Creek was standing in front of those windows when he was shot. And we can see where his blood landed on the sides of the windows that face into the room when open. If, as you claim, the windows were closed when he was shot, then his blood somehow ended up on the wrong side of the glass.
That's...
Your theory is flawed, a far-flung fantasy with nothing other than Officer Rogers' poor hearing to support it. All the actual evidence shows that at the time of the murders, the windows were exactly as we found them, flung open.
Her logic isn't faulty, and I can't overturn it with any given piece of evidence. But I can point out the flaw in how she's presented her evidence. Thank you for the the advice about taking full advantage of the arcs, by the way. But trust me, there are some things that are best understood by visiting the crime scene in person.
What?
Helps keep you from getting flipped around.
I need to have the fucking Umineko stuff on the soundboard my favorite, so I can just spam it in a second and see it
So let
out.
me check the evidence real quick to see, because I know the answer to this one, but it's one of those things, like, because it's been a month since we actually looked at the crime scene, it might not be immediately
So we're
easy
trying
to
to prove
remember.
the window was open.
What's
It
up?
was
No,
closed
we're
and then
trying to
opened
prove.
later.
No, we're trying to prove that the window, was opened later. Because
Yeah.
Morgan knows, because she was there, that the windows were closed, right?
Let's check the windows real quick. The windows at the scene of the crime, positioned behind Creek's desk, opens to the alley in the fire escape. Blood spatter across the windows has been thrown into ground, so it's traced back to when Omega's shell split inside Creek's ribcage, blah, blah, blah. Fingerprints on the handles match the rest of the pod. Note the design of this window here and these handles here. How do you think this window opens based on how it looks?
From horizontally,
So
right? Like you have to slide them together.
exactly. She's not
Okay.
describing them sliding, she is describing them flipping in and out the way you would expect windows to do normally, but these are basically little sliding glass doors, right? So there is not an outside of the windows that the blood spatter would be on.
Right. Okay. So she's
Emma
thinks the windows open there's like
Like
a hinge on
shutters.
top, they inward. Yeah.
Yeah, because she has
Yeah.
not been to the crime scene in person, she just looked at the arcs.
Right.
She made a mistake. Apologies, Your Honor, I'm just confused. Why is Miss Rockford talking about those windows as if they swing open?
What are you talking about?
Those windows don't swing into the room. They're pulled to the side.
What?
Didn't you see the fingerprints they found on the handles? One look at that should tell you which side of the glass faces indoors. Funny, wasn't that in the arcs?
Well, this is some very chic interior design I'm seeing. Very wabi-sabi. So if the windows only slide parallel to the walls,
It wouldn't matter whether they were open or shut when Creek was shot.
He says this kind of tilted me a bit when I played through. Yeah, I love this game a lot. There is, I think, one clue, like one exchange in every case where you just go, all right, but come on now. All right.
Yeah.
I cannot think that
This-
abstractly.
The salt one in the first real
Yeah,
case
that one
is
is
the
like-
one that I was just like, I am not following your logic here.
What
Yeah.
I'll say
Devil.
at least
think I
is
followed
that
that one pretty
my spoiler-free teaser for the rest of this case, this one doesn't have anything that requires you to have outside real-world knowledge that you may not have been given in the game.
Oh, good.
Like the salt one from 1 or the gunpowder one from 0.
Okay.
There's nothing like that. That is, I think, the one kind of bullshit one in this, but it's fine.
It's fun.
Also, we have an ad break happening really quick, so I'm going to flip us to the
Okay.
BRB screen, and we can
Okay.
continue drawing at our leisure.
I'm going to use that opportunity to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Feel free.
Okay, I'll stop picking. Jeez.
The picker.
He's the last of his surgery wound is trying to fall off, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of stuck, and it, my instinct is to pull, and he's getting grumpy at me.
You shouldn't do that anyway.
I know. I can't help it. I love messing with him. He's also been farting this whole time, and it's been his stupid butt. His stupid butt is literally right next to my computer, so I'm just like, oh.
Much, very, putting you in the headspace to roleplay as Emma. Just having the fat old dog constantly farting around you and just being
That's
annoyed at all
right.
times.
Just having to tolerate. I'm just like, no! I'm being poisoned!
Worst dog in the world.
He's a cute boy, though. He's a cute boy, even if he drives his mama crazy. If he does. Oh, my boy. Actually, I should use the bathroom, too. Alright, hold on. I'll be right back.
Oakley dokley.
What?
Okay, it seems the ad break has ended, so I'll bring us back to the main screen. Though we will be sitting here for a little bit while we wait for people to get back from their bio breaks. Hi, everybody. Hi, Magus. Hi, Teebs. Hi, other one dude. Hi, Zoopooploo. I know I've said hello already, but hello.
I haven't.
You should say hello to them right now.
Why?
You heard it here first, folks. Otzi hates all of you.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, Ben.
What did I miss?
Apparently,
Otzi
I'm
just
not
hates
hating on
everyone
everyone.
who's in my chat.
I just hate everyone, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you stinky beast.
Hello, everybody.
What did Peanut do?
Thank you, Otzi. I rescind my comments about your scurrilous nature.
Peanut has been extremely farty all night, so we're just all bemoaning, dealing with the dog.
Okay, we can continue now, right? The break is over?
I'm back.
Sarah's back, so yes, now we can continue.
I said this line already.
Oh, okay.
The blood would always end up on the same side.
Hey. I said I finally got the windows lined up right in the arcs. You didn't say that. At least, not aloud. Thank you for always listening, Sarah. But I said it just now, so whatever.
What do you mean lined up?
The blood spatter. Looks a lot nicer now, doesn't it?
Totally, 80. Looks great.
Looks so
You
pretty,
did it.
80. Thanks. Good work, honey.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
That is so inappropriate for an adjutant to do.
Seriously, she's so talented.
Yeah.
But it's gotten us all on the same page. We can all reasonably conclude that the windows were closed when Creek was shot, at the very least.
Yes. Though when they were next opened is...
Something you'll fight over, I'm sure. Now, if this ARCS data could just tell me whether the windows are actually soundproof.
I doubt the ARCs could simulate that accurately for you, Your Honor.
Hold on one second. Oh no, okay. I'd say for some reason, even though I'm looking at the levels a bit while you're doing that line, even the, and this is actually for the better because I know OC can come through a little quieter sometimes than me. It didn't look like the auto ducking was doing much when I was testing it, and it seems like it is because it is significantly stronger for your guys' side, even though the settings are the exact same between the two filters. Bizarre.
Fascinating.
Oh, audio.
Who knew?
I despise you.
Streaming is fun.
I don't know what to do about that. They both have literally the identical settings. I'm not changing it. It's fine.
But if we re-examine the scene for that specifically, it should be simple enough to
waste the court's time. Forgive me for repeating myself, Your Honor, but even if we prove conclusively that the windows are soundproof, the defense's argument still hinges entirely on the omission of one detail in the witness's testimony. Putting it another way, just because he didn't hear the music, that doesn't mean he couldn't hear the music because the soundproof windows were closed.
The devil's proof.
They used it accurately this time.
Ah.
There, used it.
Yes, and you actually used it right this time.
Hold on.
You're not allowed to dodgeball me for that. I have read this before.
Oh, I'm not allowed to anyway. Oh, yep. We have lost the boost for our server.
Oh
so
no,
I'm
I
unable
forgot
to do so.
about that. Discord, our Discord pay-pig era is over. We have to, well, realistically, we have to delete things off the soundboard to make room to put the dodgeball back up there because we actually
Doing that,
use
Chief.
it.
I hate doing
Yeah.
that, Chief.
I know. We're gonna have to do
We're
it at
gonna
some
have to
point
get
anyway.
we're gonna have to get really cruel with soundboard.
Same with the
I know.
stickers, by the way.
No.
The selection of stickers that has survived the end of our Discord pay-pig era is truly, truly grueling.
Tragic.
A lot of
Hello.
sacrifices.
I did my reading.
Brian, is that you? Is that you, Brian?
The fucking author looking directly at the audience, like, yes, I read Umineko. God.
This is also great though because importantly, and I don't think I think it comes up in 7, so I don't think you've seen it quite yet. Question mark. Ryukishi literally does this repeatedly, where he just looks at the camera and goes, "I am talking to you now as the author of Umineko."
Uh-huh.
Wait,
No.
do you understand? And the funniest part is that a lot of people reading contemporary, like, I don't get this part. Why is he talking about like readers and writers? Like, what's his problem?
I've gotten into some of that, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
God, I gotta get back to Umineko.
You do. It's now literally required reading because you have no idea
Yeah.
how many more references to Umineko he'll shove into next episode's script. She's effectively conceded that the windows were soundproofed, but she's also shifted tactics. It's a formation I don't recognize. That's to be expected. I'm no general. But I don't need Makoto here to tell me that war is deception. So how about a little misdirection? Listen up, Sarah. The important thing about the devil's proof is that it's always on our side.
Fight of underdogs, lovers, and dreamers the world around. It also frogs.
The side of the defense, innocent until proven guilty. That's what makes the devil so infuriating for the prosecution. The people make a fair point, Your Honor. There really, the people make a fair point, Your Honor. There really isn't any hard evidence for my fleeing suspect theory at the moment. But the people haven't disproven it either, have they? I need to redo that line too. But the people haven't disproven it either, have they? I forget the exact details, Your Honor, but all we need is a shadow of a doubt, right?
That's right, baby. To overturn 5 dead bodies, the testimonies of 3 cops, and a room soaked to the floorboards in forensic evidence.
Yeah.
On you.
I think it just means that thing up there.
Have you lost your mind? Are you trying to piss off everyone here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, you don't hate my theory that much, do you?
Ideal Saturn character. Yeah, the most Saturn character of all time. Just like, I'm just a little guy. Do you hate me? Do you hate me?
It doesn't say good things about me that I relate so much to Morgan of the Devil, and then also a specific character in Umineko who I won't name who has similar mental diseases.
You know.
I'm sure it means good things for me as a human being.
I'm sure it's fine.
But it's
Don't worry
okay.
about it. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Okay. The life unexamined is worth living after all.
I'm warming up to it.
Then I'll stick to the facts for now. At the time Rogers and Chopin arrived, the front door was locked. The music was still playing at the scene of the crime, even if Rogers didn't notice it until stepping inside. And at the moment Creek was shot, at least, we can be certain the soundproof windows behind him were closed.
Yes, those those are the facts.
Actually, real quick before we progress, because people are saying we love you, Morgue Theme, and you're right, you do. Is the auto-ducking working okay for Morgue Theme? Because Morgue Theme and Emma Theme are really loud
Big
compared
loud.
to the rest of the game, so they are the reason I've had to go and add these audio filters. Okay, good. No, Goo,
Excellent.
I'm talking about a character who we don't get a name for until late in episode 7, let's say. And I'll say no more than that.
Why are you restating them?
Because there's something that's been bothering me. If we accept these as the facts, one part of the Honorable Officer Rogers' testimony makes no sense. So let's look at these, because now I don't remember off the top of my head which one this is. So, Chapon impaled, found stabbed in the back with the katana, died instantly.
That seems about right.
Heard a thump from above, drawn to the 3rd floor. On the 2nd floor, Chapon heard noise. Chapon went to the 3rd, Rogers stayed on the 2nd. Officers found the front door locked, and Chapon destroyed the lock, or heard gunshots in the lower wards and headed towards the sound.
Couldn't have heard gunshots.
Yeah, if it's soundproof, then you shouldn't shoot the gunshots.
How could these 2 officers have set off in response to the sound of gunshots if the room was deafened at the time the gun was fired?
Now you go there?
Oh crap, yeah!
Wait, excuse me? What are you talking about?
It's the very first thing you told us, officer. Your partner heard gunshots. But how is that possible?
That's... but he said it. He said it. Even on the radio, he called it in.
True enough. You can see it right there in the police network's database. 9:45 p.m. Officer Tariq Chapon reports shots fired.
So he did. And since we can't ask him to testify, we'll just have to take him at his word. But just to clarify, Officer Rogers, are you saying you never heard any gunshots yourself?
Well, I didn't have my head out the window like him, so...
That's what you're trained to do, isn't it? Report anything you see or hear across the network?
Well, one report is usually sufficient.
But confirmation is always ideal, right? Yes or no, Officer Rogers?
I never heard any gunshots.
Teebsley, I hope we get to cross-examine a corpse someday. I hope they put nanomachines in
Oh,
a
me
dead
too.
body and we have to talk to a dead person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, real cyberpunk hell hours. I believe in us. I think we can get there.
Hang on, are you really?
So, you never heard a peep, but your partner... He somehow managed to waltz you both over to exactly where 4 vicious murders had been committed. Before anyone else got there.
I just drove where he pointed, so...
Counselor, you need to be very careful here.
Thank you for your concern, Miss Rockford. But don't forget, I hate losing.
Pardon?
I said, but don't forget to direct your comments to the bench.
You bring that up now?
Every cop in the room already thinks I'm a mob lawyer at this point. Compared to that, mocking the memory of the deceased is small time.
I feel like you're gonna say something shocking here, and I should stop you. But I can't really stop you before you say it, so...
I'm just confused is all, Your Honor. How could Officer Chapon have possibly arrived at the scene of the crime when he couldn't have heard any gunshots? Unless he was asked to come there directly.
Oh, like you got an Evite?
Exactly. Officer Chapon answered a distress call from the Blue Bloods.
A lot of chaos.
Like that.
Tell me, are these her usual tactics? Turning the entire city against her for no discernible reason?
No. The first time we met, she did. Technically.
Your Honor, the defense is completely out of line.
The gallery is pretty poorly behaved, too. You gonna read this in, or should I?
Allow me. Tariq Chapon was an upstanding officer with no marks on his record. You say he was some kind of blue blood pawn, but he had to break into their building in order to enter. And you have the gall to claim he answered a distress call when there's no panic button, no phone records to suggest one was ever sent.
True.
True. That's all you have to say after posthumously accusing the son of 2 city councilmen of being corrupted by blue blood pocket change?
It's a fair point. Chapon was the son of 2 city councilmen and by all accounts a dedicated police officer. He wouldn't work with the Blue Bloods without an unusually strong motive. The kind of thing that would make the headlines.
What are you?
He gave us a pretty good hint there. And
Yeah.
look, we're
Oh,
rewarded
yeah.
for doing lots of reading.
Yeah.
So, the serial bombings about the Witch of the West, we can pretty comfortably say this isn't involved.
All right.
The political convention next month with heightened security and spending for city contracts, question mark.
Eh,
The helium fuel, this is probably not related. I don't think any of these people ever come up in it. Or the ballot measures. Public schools, acid snow, renaming and renovating Atlas pillars.
I genuinely think it's more the hiring security,
But here's the thing.
but
We've read these articles, right?
A while ago, but yes.
Let's pull up one of these. And just, let's say ballot propositions really quick.
Uh-huh.
So we can see that we have the names of who these bills are being sponsored by.
Oh.
Sure.
yeah.
And wouldn't you know it? There's
right,
there's
okay.
one here being funded by the Chapons. Interesting how that works out. And it's just that one. None of the other ones have their names on it.
Involving the pillar, right?
Yeah, let's
Specifically?
actually look at that. Let's look at that pillar thing again real quick. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation of reinforcement of Atlas pillars around the lower wards, paid for by a % increase in sales tax within the city limits. These act as stabilizing points for the city's canopy and house all the largest public transit elevators that allow foot traffic to move between 2 levels. Generally
doing
viewed
work
favorably by representatives from the lower wards who acknowledge it will be necessary construction will be disruptive, but point to language in the proposition that guarantees easing of zoning restrictions around the pillars as vital to reducing unemployment in the target regions. So, something that's involved in the lower wards.
So he's working for the Blue Bloods in order to secure funding for that proposition.
Let's see what Morgan has to say. Officer Chapon would never compromise his well-documented morals for anything less than an earth-shaking opportunity.
Yes, Counselor, but his family is very well off. What could this earth-shaking opportunity possibly have been?
How about a donation to his parents?
What?
A sidebar for a moment.
What?
How are you all thinking about voting?
Don't get me started. I'm a political junkie.
Oh, 80's a sicko. What are you?
8084 listening to Chapo Trap House. Sorry, on the ballot measures specifically.
Huh?
Am I the only one who sweats over this stuff? Maybe it's old-fashioned, but I was hoping to hear some diverse, nuanced opinions on Proposition 492.
Wait, but that's the...
funding of the Atlas Pillar rejuvenation projects. I think it's a nice idea. Bringing prosperity to the lower wards, literal stability to everyone above them. And of course, the mother of all paydays to anyone lucky enough to own the land it'll require.
Wait a minute. You mean... you...
Am I the only one who reads the news anymore? Wasn't counting on this being rhetorical, but who on the city council is sponsoring Proposition 492?
It's parents.
One last question, less rhetorical this time. This crime took place at a known Blue Blood property. So why was this found there? Let's look at what she's bringing up here.
Dark card.
Well,
It's the dark card.
let's look. So we got the dark card. Found stuck in datapad, white full print. It's only known to the rich criminals. Creek's datapad. I mean, that's Creek's. It's Creek's datapad.
It should be here, yeah.
Needles. We know why those are there. They use them on our boy, on Sosuke. I almost
Yeah.
called him Daisuke. That's the wrong character from that family. I'm
That's
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry to call you your grandpa. Or your not grandpa.
Oh, wait. I forgot entirely about the red inks.
The red inks, classified documents, hard to copy, easy to destroy, and Sosuke's katana. And while we've established we
makes
already
sense.
have a pretty good idea why this would be there if there's like a drug deal thing going on, right?
True,
But these
true, yeah,
mystery
but Redding-
documents are still pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
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 Highly confidential red ink documents were found underneath Chapon's corpse. They're almost entirely illegible by now, but you'll remember because we got a brief description of the little bit that we could read on them earlier, even though this was a month ago. But you can still make out a reference to P492 right here.
Wow. Okay.
That struck me as odd.
Reinforcing the canopy.
Yes, Zoot Boot Bloot mentions that if you look at the evidence for the red ink doc itself, you do get that partial transcript again. We'll go check it just to be thorough for the reader at home. Documents found seeing the crime, and yeah, you can see this here is a copy of the write-up for stuff.
Right, and then 492 vote upcoming. Yep.
I believe when we were doing it, one of you actually mentioned that sounding kind of like that article that we read about. So I had to bite my
Yeah.
tongue about it, but I believe that is a dodgeball for Otzi, if I remember correctly.
Nice. We gotta get our
Oh.
dodge sound back.
Oh. Ow.
Close enough.
That's a heavy
Little
dodgeball.
That's
Is that a
really
medicine
yeah,
ball?
I was about to say you got hit by a medicine ball.
A state construction project that massive in the lower wards would mean...
Even the police can't keep a crime scene secure down there unless they're willing to play ball with the blues.
it'd have to get past the Blue Bloods.
Or through them, with open arms and firm handshakes.
Just what the hell are you trying to say?
Morgan, if you
Sorry, wasn't sure I had to actually spell it out, but it certainly looks like Patrol Officer Tariq Chapon was working with the Blue Blood Mafia to defraud the city.
Oh.
yeah.
She said it.
She said that?
What did you just say?
You trying to piss off every cop and every politician in this city?
Yes. Sorry, I'll gladly retract my statement. That is, as soon as any cop or politician or prosecutor can explain to the court how Tariq Chapon was able to arrive at the crime scene that night, when we all know damn well he never heard any gunshots. I think Discord might have deleted that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Stop it!
I think that's
I just
a
imagine
funnier
that
line
in
read,
Emma's
actually.
In Emma's voice.
Yeah. Nah, don't be mean to me.
Stop, Morgan!
Yes, a bit of a pickle. What have you got for us, witness?
What? I don't know. He had good ears or something. Or good intuition or whatever.
Your Honor, the simplest explanation is that Officer Chopin was tipped off by a CI that he neglected to inform his partner about.
Hey, Chopin wasn't.
A patrol officer with secret criminal informants that he'd hide from his own partner? That sounds horribly corrupt. And you called my comments inflammatory.
Corrupt. You've got brass, all right. That's real rich coming from a mob lawyer. The Hound of Icaria! I think you skipped ahead a bit.
No, that was an auto advance. Defending the Hound of Icaria.
Oh, okay.
Apologies. I did not know
That's
that was
all right.
going to think.
Good.
Big uh-oh.
Your Honor, the witness's last statement.
Regrettable slip of the tongue. Frankly, his entire testimony has been less than ideal, so
I'd already snipped the jury's feed, but the crowd...
Seriously? He's the Hound?
He's the Hound?
What the hell?
But isn't the Hound that?
cop killing animals.
Knew that whole house stank like shit. Watch what you say about a man's family, you. Or what? You'll stab us in the back too?
Sosuke.
Please calm down.
And shut up.
We'll hang the whole house with him. Your Honor, these outbursts from the gallery are not ideal, but we need to focus on preventing...
It's not enough you butchered him like that.
Animals!
You gotta pay this lawyer to spit on his grave too? At least the Blue Bloods know their place.
Uppity.
Up its aid.
How dare you, while you pigs were colluding with Blue Bloods to rip off everyone in the lower wards.
Better a blue blood than the piss running through your veins.
Woohoo.
Ugh.
Sarah, hold him.
Pardon?
Stop him from doing anything stupid now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask it. That's fine.
Not yet. Calm down.
Okay, it was fun, but now you've ruined it. You're all done. This court is now in recess. Bailiffs, clear the room.
It's not enough.
Nah, I'm not done talking. I want to speak.
Tell him, Rogers.
This heat.
Burn the house.
Tension like a haze in the air.
Rip him out by the roots.
And on the back of my neck.
Every last one.
Should have taken you out when I had the chance, you.
A bead of sweat and something that feels like...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Die, you son of a bitch!
Behind us.
Get down!
What am I reaching for? I don't even have my gun. And that was Of the Devil, episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. No more of it. They lied about there being 5 episodes. Oh, she's fine.
Fuck yes! Our fucking boy.
That's our fucking boy right there. In case you didn't know.
Hi, London. I missed you.
Listen,
damn,
you
I'm
can
cool.
always trust a detective. Hey, are you okay? Are you hit?
That's okay. I am not injured.
The danger's gone. The heat of the moment replaced by the chill of a cold sweat on my lower back.
But why did you push me down? How did you push me down, for that matter?
He's really
I'm
strong.
like I'm like 800 pounds.
No, she's like 4. Hold on.
Profiles?
It's in
Can we
here. I
think
know
as
it's
he
in
would
here.
say?
200 kilograms. So like 400 pounds, I think. Right?
Okay, so still pretty. I mean,
Well, yeah, but if
He's
she's
strong.
400 pounds, that should
450
be
pounds.
that makes her easier to push down because she's so heavy. It's easier to just push her down.
Well, she's
Yeah,
really she's
yeah.
really little, and
Just-
he has downward force, so gravity is helping.
Yeah,
him.
the gravity pulls
Yeah,
harder
yeah, yeah.
on her, so it's easier to knock her down.
Also,
Anyway,
other one
I
did
could
mention
do a
he has
full
this
split,
flying
but that
thing,
is not
and,
useless.
and also we have to establish he can do heat moves. So
That's
factor
true.
that in.
yeah,
Yes.
that's true. He
Cosmo
is the
Kiryu
Yakuza
could lift an
protagonist.
entire motorcycle over his head and beat someone with it. So I
Well,
think
see,
I think Sosuke
the-
could do that too.
the truth is, what he should have done is Tiger Drop because Tiger Drop negates all damage.
Yeah, that is true. It is because it is a
damage.
true. Yeah, it is a true perfect parry. I understand.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Oh fuck! Did she read this line? I
Kiryu
forget.
could have done that to
Yes,
his
she did.
cancer and been
Okay.
fine. What? What do you mean, why? Why did I...
I take my time turning back to trace the bullet's trajectory. Vaguely, I'm aware of stomping feet as the crowd rushes to the exits, but the sound is far away.
Reflexes. Sorry.
Because she's little and small, and he's used to having to push down.
But I'm
and
literally
go-
bulletproof.
Protect.
But
He
she's
needs to
little.
protect.
Have you ever driven in a car with somebody when you're in the passenger seat and like someone comes to a harsh stop in front of you and they reflexively put their arm over your body even though you have
No,
a seatbelt
no.
on?
Yeah,
Understandable. However, this is Sarah.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
but he has to protect.
He good boy.
You all right there, ma'am?
I think this is me.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, that's you.
It's pink.
Yeah, okay, I can't. I'm fine, detective. Thank you.
For a moment, I lock eyes with Detective Kasim London. In that instance, I recognize a nameless flickering across his face, cold and sharp like frostbitten furs. Nameless. We don't need a word for it because we only ever see it once. At the very end. I believe this is Barrows, based on the color.
Oh. Okay. I've taken 60 seconds to yell into a couch pillow, so... maybe now one of you could tell me what the hell happened out there? How did that man get into the courtroom? The building? And with a weapon like... whatever the hell that was. It was his own arm, Madam Barrows.
Let's remind ourselves
take
about
a
Barrows.
look.
You know, the most important character, Melissa Barrows.
Hot
Oh,
springs,
right.
cold beer.
warm tea.
Hot,
Amen,
great
brother.
taste.
Dislikes waking up
And,
before her alarm. I empathize with this character highly. I do this
Yes.
all the time, and it pisses me off.
Wait, you wake up at 6:59 and you're like, fuck.
God damn it.
I have to be
She
allergic.
Never forgets a password shorter than 10 characters.
Mark answer as yes.
Yes, that's correct. Well, obviously she likes cats. She dodged the question.
Modded illegally at some literal chop shop. Fully prosthetic, but fairly low tech. It uses a simple air intake system and projectiles made of enamel. Enamel, as in teeth? Where on earth do these people? Doesn't trigger any metal detectors, looks organic from the outside. It's my turn to have the same conversation with myself.
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
But if you're aiming at flesh, it gets the job done. And are metal detectors all that stand between a crazed gunman and the law of the land?
I do think it's I do appreciate that their commitment to going, no, of the devil could be your country in 2086, right? It's not necessarily a specific place. This is, however, definitely a game set in America, which is very fun
Oh,
to
for
me.
sure.
Just like, some things never change.
Yeah, a tooth gun. No, Your Honor, we're looking into it now. But we already found some discrepancies in the personnel files of courthouse security team members. He probably got his hands on a key card, lost, bought, or stolen, and had it modified to get him in the building. But would that work? Only needs to work once. This time, it did. I doubt he expected to leave alive, so... You ask me, we're lucky he stuck with something more directed instead of an explosive. This is a nightmare. What am I supposed to do now? The jury must be horrified. I don't know how we could proceed.
I'm sorry, London. I know you thought that Emma or I might say something there to take some of the heat off of you having to be two voices at once, but keep at it, Slugger.
No, this is my penance for not having to do this for like the entirety of both lawyer-based streams we're doing.
Exactly. As I recall, the adjutant cut to their feed the moment Officer Rogers mentioned the Hound of Icaria. So they didn't actually see the shooting. And by the way, how does a patrol officer know that my client is the lead suspect in that case? Would anyone like to explain that to me?
Well,
You'd have to ask organized crimes. But the mood around Rogers has been celebratory. I'd imagine there were plenty of cops eager to describe in detail what he'd achieved by catching Sosuke red-handed.
Pigs are terrible at OPSEC, surprising no one.
fucking no one,
what?
yeah.
What?
Allegedly.
There's no presumption of innocence in station locker rooms and cop bars, counselor. So the OC department buys Rogers a round of drinks. And 24 hours later, I've got a shooter in my courtroom.
Who was he?
The shooter's been ID'd as Bowen Bresson, low-level muscle in the Blue Blood Mafia. Priors for possession, dealing, assault.
Attempting to carry out an assassination in a courtroom full of cops is quite the setup. Any connection to Creek's pod?
Meh. Older generation, different part of town. Not exactly thick as thieves.
So trying to execute Sosuke wasn't an act of revenge. He was given orders.
Yes, that's very interesting, but it's a job for the police to handle. Counselor Morgan, I assume you'll be filing for a mistrial?
About that, I feel it's in my client's best interest for the trial to continue.
What? A blue blood gunman just tried to shoot him.
But the jury didn't see that. All they know right now is that they've been given a long lunch.
You too?
You want to fuck me so bad it makes you look stupid. The goal, Your Honor, as I've always understood it, is for a defense attorney to do what's best for their client. Right now, clearly, the Blue Blood Mafia is convinced my client killed 4 of their men. And every cop in the city thinks he killed Officer Chapon. If he walks on a mistrial, he won't be able to walk down the street without getting shanked. Sosuke Icaria doesn't need a mistrial. He needs a media blackout.
I really hate that term.
She's right, Your Honor. If the story spreads that the Blue Bloods tried to assassinate Sosuke, every juror in the city will assume he's guilty. We won't be able to find anyone over the age of 10 who hasn't heard of him.
So you're saying we'll get a jury of 9-year-olds? That's
Ah,
great.
a
I know
jury.
a couple of those.
I know a couple of toddlers who could fill in for a jury.
I
Have
know
you-
this. I know this
well-
little gender-neutral kid with a rap sheet on hacking that I had to. Well, don't worry about that. Either way, I think they'd be a great fit for your jury of 9-year-olds.
Barrow
Just getting
stroking her
texted by
chin.
friend. I'm in high school, you fucking hag.
Yeah.
Barrow stroking her chin, thinking of 12 angry toddlers.
Would you rather fight 12 angry toddlers or one toddler-sized anger?
Just shut up. Shut up.
Let alone put together 12 unbiased peers to judge him.
Even if that's true, and even if it's possible, what you're asking for is...
Detective, is the building still in lockdown?
Standard procedure says to keep it that way another half hour. We would have to. The stands are full of police officers, and any one of them could... Ambulance chasers will pay prime for a story this rich. Someone's gonna break rank.
We don't need the blackout to last forever. We just need to be intimidating enough that the story doesn't leak until the trial's over.
Which will be when exactly?
We could finish tomorrow. There aren't that many witnesses left on the docket.
Finished. Tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
Fine, yes, we'll have a blackout.
Go ahead and order your pizzas and soft drinks and what have you, and we'll all put on ghost movies on the television. What do you...
As you can see, I'm already in my pajamas.
The real advantage of being a judge is that you don't have to wear pants to work if you don't want to. No one will ever know.
You can't see the absolutely adorable bunny slippers she's wearing.
Yeah.
God.
A big scary old blackout, like we're the shadowy masters of the universe. Happy?
Perfectly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Detective, follow me. You'll need my authorization to activate the building's blanket protocols. And I'll need a blanket because I'm very cold.
I think I would like to make
Right,
some hot cocoa.
Right behind you, ma'am.
Surprised to be arguing for the same thing as you, for once.
Thanks for not gagging from the effort.
Any other defense attorney in the city would have taken the mistrial. Dumped the Hound of Vicaria on some other idiot's doorstep and cashed their check.
Some other idiot, huh?
Or is it that you can't dump him? You under house arrest already?
I haven't felt threatened by them.
That could change fast if you fail them.
House Icaria are high society, haven't you heard? And I'm beneath their notice. I don't think they'd bother to axe me just for underperforming.
Sounds like exactly the kind of thing that high society types would do. Going this far for your client, though.
You know me. Defender of the weak, champion of the downtrodden. I'd go through a lot more than this to keep my face out of the papers. Hopefully, when the story does eventually leak, the focus should be entirely on Sosuke. But if this means people start recognizing me, remembering me, Bowen Bresson will be glad London did him in one. I'd twist the knife slow as a second hand if he's... You okay?
Compared to you, I guess not. I've never seen anyone get shot before.
Oh. Right. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That was... Maybe I'm feeling jealous. Spend all this time poring over crime scenes and diagrams. trying to get inside the head of Heartbreak, of all people, and maybe I get into my head that I'm some sort of unfeeling badass. Just to freeze up like a deer at the sight of actual violence. I don't need to get over that.
Do you? Do you need to get over it?
I have responsibility.
A prosecutor isn't a hangman, Emma.
No. If a hangman does their job right, the neck snaps and the subject's dead before the pain ever even reaches their brain. If I do my job right, Sasuke Ikaria spends the rest of his life drooling on himself while Megs haggle over the property rights to his gray matter.
If you feel that bad about it, you could always recommend a lesser sentence.
That's just the thing. I've never felt that bad about it at all. Friends in the family.
The way she whispered it, in that half-stuttering sigh, I'm not sure she even heard it herself.
All right, that should free up your phone from the blanket.
Thank you, Detective London.
You're welcome, Counselor Morgan. Something I said?
You didn't say anything yesterday about what the Hound of Ikaria really is.
Come on, there's a lot of code names to remember. Would you believe me if I said I didn't put two and two together?
See, the thing is, I'm just a rickety old man, and sometimes you just forget these things.
Listen, my brain doesn't work too well on account of me being 90 years old.
Jessica Starling banging on the door like a zombie.
Let me in!
Yeah.
Let me in!
I really hope she shows up again.
God, I hope so.
Just to make goo goo eyes at London for like
I need
24
her to-
seconds.
I need her to bag her man. We're rooting for
Mhm.
her.
Vegas, listen, my grandfather's one Dick Gumshoe.
God.
Maybe I would if I hadn't seen you act that fast back in the courtroom.
That was a lucky shot.
From across the room, with the crowd moving around him.
Yeah, real lucky.
I know. I'm agreeing with you. Although it would be a lot less lucky if you were, say, already watching him. Did you know?
No, but I'm flattered you think I'm brave enough to stick around for a shooting that I knew would happen.
But you recognized him.
Tickled the spot in the back of my brain, even in disguise. It helped that the guy was fidgeting around all day.
Bresson had been in the courtroom all day? How long had he waited for to take his shot?
Did you get a good look at him?
I didn't. You shot him very fast.
Eyes bloodshot to hell and back, nosebleed, flushed extremities. He was high as a drone.
That's a good ship, Zoop Boop. I've only seen literally the one artist draw it, but it's the funniest crack ship I've ever seen for this game, so I support it wholeheartedly.
Jessica Starling and Adelaide Hahn. That's incredible.
There's a... I'll have to find it for you after the stream, because it's not, like... Obviously, there's no spoilers in it or anything. But there's a one specific artist I follow who has drawn that multiple times. I was like, oh man, this is so good.
It's so smart. It's so smart.
Oh fuck. Probably metahexphenolin.
Metahexphenolin.
Metahexphenolin. Probably metahexphenolin, considering how well the Blue Bloods have done pushing it.
Nirvana?
So it's not just. Oh, okay. That's the party. That's right.
Yes,
they mentioned
we,
that, didn't they?
we mentioned it because we were trying to score some at the very beginning of this thing.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I was in college. I guess it could be good for a party in small doses.
They were trying to bullshit her to sell her tons of drugs that are way too hard for a bunch of kids to be taking. They're so funny. Rest in peace.
Maybe. Wow, kids are just dropping acid casually now, huh?
How come
You mean you
I
do-
can't go get weed anywhere without getting some of that Shinzo Abe Chernobyl 1000 pack shit that leaves you in a state of need?
Just college, like London's picturing like college kids doing like fucking meth in the way he used to do weed.
God.
Like, wow, times have changed. I'm hypothesizing here. Don't take this out of context.
Sure.
But at higher doses? A couple of months ago, I saw this guy stumbling around one of them open markets. Eyes dilated and mouth moving a block a minute. He knocked over some bicycles, so I cuffed him to the rack, hoping he'd sober up within the hour and I could move on. Took a phone call, and when I looked back, he was trying to chew through the chain. He broke 4 teeth. And he had started biting his arm by the time I knocked him out.
Ew.
Yeah, not so funny, is it?
Well, I mean,
But anecdotes are...
I
mean, a little.
It's a little funny, I'll be honest.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
kind of a funny mental image, London. You
I
have to
mean,
admit.
He lost the front teeth, so his smile looked kind of funny in a dark way. But anecdotes are cheap, and one bad trip will hardly slow the ball now that it's rolling.
You believe the hype? Think they're gonna legalize it?
Within the next 2 quarters, if you ask me.
What'll happen to the Blue Bloods monopoly?
Up in smoke. Pharma megs and dispensaries of the world will step in to reap the rewards. And the Blue Bloods will have to slink off and cook up some other haze to push. The gray tide rolls on. God, won't someone think of the poor drug dealers?
I do. Constantly.
All of the time.
I'm always thinking of them and going, hey, where can I get some... I mean...
I'm picturing a fucking Kelly comic of a guy with like just a t-shirt that says innocent drug dealers.
Think of the poor innocent drug dealers.
Mom and pop drug dealing operation.
Yeah.
Vile, corrupt crystal healing merchants.
Yeah.
And then like innocent kids in alleys.
Yeah.
The
You
Blue
know.
Bloods have legitimate income sources, right? Like Cyanus?
Yep. Some of them are even pretty profitable, like their host clubs and pink rooms.
Oh, one of my puppies is mad. I don't remember if this came up. The pink rooms terminology came up before. But it comes up in model employee, and it's implicitly like immersive VR sex experience kind of deal, right?
Okay.
Like self-pleasure of the future kind of thing.
Like brain dances.
Yeah, like brain dances, but it's like, you know, it's a room you have to go to. It's not like a VR headset, but
Gotcha.
that sort of thing. Hollow suites, yeah, like that.
Just Quark appearing in Of the Devil.
Oh God, I hope
Just
Quark
regular
doesn't
Quark.
show up in your pink room. That would be a bad night.
That's a terrible idea. No.
So if
Please
the
don't
Blue Bloods
excuse-
can run these businesses just fine, why can't they stay in control of Nirvana once it's legalized?
There's competition in name recognition, locale, and real estate, and basically, they can't afford it. The buy-in's too steep, and everyone past the door likes it that way. Legal drugs are a whole other realm of profitable. Folks like the Icaria do not want to share.
Gee, not even on special occasions?
Well, like I told you, there was that meeting last year, but
But their play date fell apart.
hey, what you said back there in court about Prop 492? You really buy that? Tariq Chopin working with Blue Bloods? Oh, that other one dude says we've already decided Quark is or Gowron is roaming the street. Who's to keep Quark out of the money?
That's true. Gowron could show up at any moment.
The
You are
odds of
never
you,
safe.
yeah, the odds of you seeing Gowron are low, but they're never zero.
It's quite the unlikely pairing, I'll admit, Quark and Gowron. But
That's a hell of a ship right there.
Oh my god, there's got to be someone out there who draws that.
But that might explain why it ended the way it did.
So, what was the verdict?
The verdict is only handed down after the jury's finished deliberating. That may take...
The show must go on.
And the shooter?
Getting introduced to the accommodations down at the morgue right about now. He was some blue blood muscle named Bresson. Ring a bell?
As I've said, all these blue bloods are alike.
He tried to shoot you, Sosuke.
So has everyone.
And I was standing very close to you when it happened.
Oh, that might be troubling for you then.
Well, not as much as you think. Anyway, I'd like a little more detail than that.
I've never met him, never heard of him. That's the truth. But the Bresson family is known to be enforcers for blue blood leadership.
So it's the old guard who want you dead. Does that make the young bloods an enemy of an enemy?
Didn't you tell me Creek was a young blood? Considering what I'm on trial for, I doubt they're fond of me either.
God damn it, Sosuke. Who doesn't hate your ass?
Sarah?
I guess that's true. Well, I in fact know she likes it very much, but that's beside the point.
Specifically!
I need to try harder to
I'm
disregard.
keeping my mouth shut tonight.
You'd better,
Being a good girl.
you little freak. I need to try
He
harder.
likes him good and cute and innocent.
I'm putting duct tape over your mouth and not taking it off. I need to try harder to disregard the nonsense that comes out of that adjutant's mouth. It might be starting to sink in.
Sosuke, you were captured when you could have been ignored. You were tortured when you could have been ransomed. And now these people are trying to kill you in one of the most secure buildings in the city. What are they after?
Why are you at the top of the blue blood shit list? Is it because of...
The Hound?
Last
No,
year's
the
mayor?
cops hate him for being the Hound.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know
The
what
meaning.
happened here too well, so we could use this as an opportunity
Yeah.
to poke him about that.
That's not a bad idea.
I would do that.
Is it because of what happened a year ago?
How do you know about?
What happened a year ago?
A meeting between the old guard and the house, apparently. You were going to work out a deal for the Ikaria network to distribute a blue blood product.
Why would we want the basement cooked swill of the blue bloods make sold in our storefronts, our pharmacies?
You wouldn't. Not until after Nirvana is legalized. Yes, I figured some stuff out. Stop pouting.
There was a meeting last year, yes. A private meeting that was to be kept strictly confidential.
He is very good at pouting, Teebsley, it's true.
Yes, it's true.
It's true.
The cut on his lip really helps emphasize the pout.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The IFG met with the old guard to discuss a deal. It fell apart. Voices were raised, weapons drawn. I was in the shadows, and I stepped in front of a blade for Makoto. The house elders were perturbed afterward. They feared for Makoto's safety, and perhaps felt that they had grown overconfident. The Hound is a useful tool, but not indispensable. So they ordered me to guard Makoto, full-time.
Isn't that a great honor? Guarding the heir to the headship?
Of course it is.
Then when do you sound like that?
I think we got an ad break coming up.
We do. I'm going to take this moment to BRB so I can quiet my little yappy dogs. We'll be right back.
They are yapping very sweetly. It's very cute.
Folks, we love a yapping dog.
We do. We love little dogs. We love big dogs. It's a dog-loving
dog.
podcast. You gotta get a dog. Listen, dude. I've seen your yard. If you don't get a dog soon, I'm gonna show up at your house with a dog. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna show up at your house and be like, "Here you go. I found you one." You're not gonna get a say in what the dog is.
Like that's like the worst kind of threat you can give me.
I know, right?
Oh, you mean my best friend is gonna come visit me and give me a dog?
And bring me a dog? Wow. Damn, Sarah. Why didn't you? You should have led with that. Just gonna come to Michigan and go to like a fucking shelter and be like, yeah, no, this is for my friend who refuses to get a dog, even though I keep telling him to get one because he has a great backyard. You have a great backyard. You gotta get a dog. Dude.
It's really nice. I'm gonna fix it up even more this year. That's my summer project this year.
Good.
I'm back.
Backyard.
Welcome back.
Talking about...
I'm telling Ben he's gotta get a dog.
He does.
Saturn, tell Ben yeah, thank you.
Ben, get a dog.
I will.
Do you have any breeds in mind before we proceed? Like, kind of dog you'd want to have?
A dog.
A dog.
I want a four-legged, a dog with 4 legs.
Hey, I had a 3-footed dog. It's actually a pretty great experience.
Yeah, but she has all the legs still.
Yeah, she had all. I mean, a 3-legged dog is still a pretty good dog. You know,
it's still a good dog. I would take a 3-legged
high quality
dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I will say you do have a big backyard, so like a dog that has like activity requirements wouldn't be out of your reach.
The thing is, I have a big backyard, small house.
That's true.
Very narrow house. So like medium-sized dog probably.
That's
like a medium-sized dog for sure. For sure.
Like, just a normal-sized dog for me, thank you.
Just a dog that is of a regular size.
You get
grande.
You get points for picking up on it, but you need to learn how to take advantage of it. So your deal fell apart. Blood was drawn. I kinda assumed that it was par for the course in your world.
It's not unheard of.
So why are the old guards still trying to kill you and Makoto a year later?
I don't know. I don't know, Morgan.
Jesus, sorry for hitting a nerve. I'm just trying to make some small talk.
He was so angry his tits popped out.
Yeah, baby.
I can tell
That's
Sarah's
right, baby.
sweating and eyes popping as we speak.
She's literally she's looking like a cartoon wolf.
And she's normal as soon as he buttons up.
Yeah. She's like, aw.
Because
he is breasting boobily.
Because I'm not an old guard.
Is there someone we could talk to who is?
There's always someone. For a price.
There's always money in the banana stand.
I'm always saying.
It's a banana, Sarah. How much could it cost? $10? Editor's note, we are in 2086 and a banana does in fact cost $10.
Literally about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
But if that's how it's gonna go, I'm gonna need a drink first. I believe this is... Oh, this is me again, I think. Here to join? What are you talking about? Sorry to disappoint, but I was here first. The net's slow as shit in this wing of the school. No one else comes here if they don't have to, so it's a quiet spot to read. Yeah, it is a detective mystery. So what? Like 5% of the books in the library are. It's not like I own the room. If you want to convene your club meetings here with all your many members, I can't exactly sue you. Especially not since you're going to be some big shot lawyer. Join your club so I won't get evicted? Isn't that like blackmail, counselor? Mutually beneficial. Sure. So it's just plain old corruption. You'll do just fine out there in the adult world. Whatever. As long as you don't go around telling people I'm a member, you can put me down. We need to add our phone numbers too? No, I don't actually care.
Is something wrong?
Why would you think that something's wrong?
Very unusual for you to wake up mid-transit. When you decide to nap, you fall asleep very fast and you sleep very deeply.
God, I wish that were me.
I know.
That's me every time I get inside of a car and I'm allowed to sleep. Suspiciously so. Sometimes I'll try to wake you and I could swear you're just pretending.
I've no idea what you're talking about. Besides, you're the one who's been quiet.
I had been bothering Sasuke, I think, pestering him about catching bullets.
If you were bothering Sosuke, he'd say it. Turn to the side in that bitchy pose of his.
But I can't catch a bullet either. Even though I'm fast, and I can see fast. Sasuke was the one who acted while I just...
Sosuke's trained for that exact kind of thing. Trained for his whole life, the way he tells it.
Father built me to be strong. I should be able to...
David didn't build you to be anything, Sarah. He didn't even really build you. Just watched you grow.
And do you think I'm still growing? Still developing? Do you think I could get taller?
I think you shouldn't get your hopes up about that. Dash those hopes you have. He's simply too tall for you.
And Sarah's like, but the size gap is pretty nice. And Morgan's like, you've got to stop. You have to stop talking.
Come on, you can bounce back faster than that.
I'm sorry. I suppose I'm still processing what we saw back in the courtroom.
When Detective London took out that shooter?
I know that Detective London has been a police officer for many years. It stands to reason that he'd act decisively in circumstances where so many lives are at risk. What I am still thinking about is the man he killed.
Yeah, but there's only so much speculating we can do about his motive until...
No, I'm not thinking about his motive. I'm thinking about how he's dead.
You haven't been out and about that long. Everything's new to you, even the most ordinary stuff. Guess I forgot that includes the extraordinary, too.
I was about to say, like, I don't think a murder happening in a courtroom is very ordinary, Morgan.
It happens all the time in the twisted, fucked up world in 2086. You can die at the drop of a hat, and hats drop easily.
You've seen violence?
Barkley Saga 2, coming out soon, I'm sure.
You've seen violence like that before, then?
Yes, in Barkley Saga 2, coming out.
I don't really care about your stupid video game that's never coming out, Adonai.
Sarah, you have to let me have this. I'm still holding out hope. My great-grandparents backed that game on Kickstarter.
Adonai,
Yes,
Look Outside already came out. I don't know
I know
what to tell
there's
you.
3 sequels to Look Outside, but they'll get around to making Barkley 2.
But the guns in Look Outside suck ass. It's like a JRPG or something. Fuck. Yes, I have.
Seen people die?
Sarah, why are you laughing on my stream? That's very disrespectful.
Yes,
Shit.
I have.
Shit. Okay.
I have to strangle Saturn one of these days.
Please, kill me. It's the only way to stop me in my crimes. If you don't, I will kill again.
Seen more people die than most your age? Most lawyers?
Probably a safe bet.
This is a private subject, isn't it?
Death is always private. I'm no exception.
Do people ever get used to it?
I can only speak for myself.
Have you gotten used to it?
Every time is like the first time.
I hope that everyone is like you then. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing anyone should get used to.
Now you'll note, Sarah, I didn't say I got used to it. I just said that every time is like the first time. But we'll let that one go. I don't need you to ask me any questions about my proclivities. Thank you very much. Sorry to disappoint you then. There are no people like me.
Oh, I don't remember who's voicing that character.
You are.
It's you.
Oh. Irashai?
Do you not give him that voice? That's
No,
that's
he's the
bartender.
the bartender, the big guy.
Oh, right. Irashai.
Irashai.
I haven't had to voice him since the first session 3 years ago.
That's right. That's how long ago it was.
To what do I owe the pleasure of hosting my two favorite girls?
One Sarah. Who's the other?
Figment of my imagination, apparently. Do you want something to drink?
What do you recommend?
That was Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
That was me.
I'm sorry. Hold on. We'll pull it back up.
What do you recommend?
I've just gotten this case of beautiful, tawny, deep reds from volcanic soil across the sea. Savory and full, with notes of cherry and oak.
Sounds delicious.
You just described a tree down to the dirt.
Well, I would very much like to try it. I'll eat wood.
Sorry, you're underage.
She's an android.
A very realistic one. What do you say to customers who walk in and see her drinking at the counter?
Irashai?
2 waters, coming right up.
I don't have to pay for those, so I'm happy about that.
Wait, back up. Your client is the Hound of Icaria?
And I was the last person to find out what that actually means.
Then it should be easy enough to tell whether he did the deed or not. The Hound always leaves a calling card.
So I hear. Is that literal?
Stark white business card laid neatly on the ground with the house's insignia.
I don't understand why the house would go to such lengths to let the victim know who attacked them.
I appreciate, Sarah, your correction to avoid implying that our client did any crimes.
These neo-ability types, their whole lives are galas and boardrooms and cocktail parties and wine tastings.
Torture.
Where every sentence has a front and back side to it and every glance is a whole unspoken clause. To them, an unambiguous act of violence is an exclamation point that they can't misconstrue. And the Icaria aren't exactly at the top of the neo-ability pecking order. Reminding the others that they've still got their fangs is a viable strategy. They know they're outclassed in terms of how many mountains of gold they have.
That doesn't explain why such a supposedly great assassin has gotten made on more than one occasion.
Well, he's probably just doing his job there. If all he needed was to get away with murder, he'd be a poisoner or a sniper. All the major houses love to use body doubles. If he kills a target behind closed doors, their house can just bring out a spare. Or hell, claim the entire thing never happened. But if the hound kills where a house's rivals can see, the damage sticks.
You know a lot about the new ability, don't you, boss? Are you considered part of the neo-aristocracy?
Do I look like I've got that kind of sway? Don't run a bar in Midtown as a hobby, kid.
Wouldn't know it looking at how profitable your wine section is.
It'll catch on.
The Hound was a nasty surprise, but the big reveal isn't making anything click for me.
Blue blood assassin trying to mist him mid-trial. I don't get it either, but the blue bloods aren't as rational as they used to be.
Used to be.
I traded with them a good while when I was younger, and they were richer.
Treated what?
Stock tips.
Oh.
This was before the Icaria cut them down?
I was a young man hungry to establish myself, and the blue bloods were the biggest game in town. The Rust weren't even a twinkle in some psychopunk's eye back then, and the Icaria cartel were just that. Drug smugglers and dope runners. The blue bloods used them as couriers.
A reversal of fortune.
Could be their names on opera houses and hospitals all across the city today
If what?
If the Icaria hadn't killed them all.
But didn't they have allies? Connections?
morgues were overflowing with cerulean blood. No one wanted anything to do with them.
But they were the victims.
Corporate partners are risk-averse. Political alliances require you to bring back something to the table. And when you fall that far, that fast, the common folk assume it happened for a reason.
They thought that the Blue Bloods deserved it just because it happened to them?
All that was left were the old-timers, the grandparents and the great-uncles, all suddenly without heirs. They recruited latchkeys and orphans during the Red Decade, found family that became the first gens and then the young bloods.
Teebsley says, becoming the main character of social media for a day or two can be like this. So true.
Yeah.
What about the money?
You're starting to sound like a real human.
Some of it, the cash, the gold, the jewels, the Icaria... Oh, no, let me try that again. Some of it, the cash, the gold, the jewels, the Icaria just stole. But the vast majority of it was held overseas, where it was safe, untouchable, and impossible to get your hands on without the right blood.
Locked behind a GFA. We had a conversation about this in one of the earlier parts,
did?
I recall.
Yeah. Getting butchered by the Icaria was a bad beating, but losing that money was unforgivable. The rest of the Blue Blood Mafia around the world will never accept them back into the fold until they recover it. Exiled from paradise because they tempted fate with their hubris. Has a certain poetic charm to it, no?
It would have to be a very sobering poem.
Those are the ones you remember, aren't they?
They sure the fuck are.
Probably why the Blue Bloods are still humming the same old hymns, passing down the same ghost stories and urban legends.
They did seem to be a surprisingly superstitious bunch. Crossing their fingers over the red hood and... Hey, what's a little lord?
That's another one. New spin on one of the oldest tales in the book, a promised prince. The belief is that exactly one kid survived the fall of the leaves, one lone heir to all the fortune the Blue Bloods lost. got spirited away overseas or out west to be raised in secret. And one day he'll come back to reclaim what's rightfully. You know, I'm guessing you've heard this one before.
Is there any truth to it?
Old guards certainly seem to think so, need to think so. It's probably what's keeping them alive.
Holden blood feast somewhere. It's like, please, I need to find the boy who I can use to remember my bank login. Please.
Please.
Where is he? I need to see my money one last time before I
Please
die.
just let me enter my PIN one last time. If they can just hold on another 5 years, they'll finally find the heir they've been looking for, and they can rectify decades of embarrassment and shame. Thinking like that is what makes young bloods start thinking about maybe the old guard doesn't care about what happens to us.
What do they expect? Blood's thicker than water.
The original full expression is thought to be, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
I think Tumblr made that one up, but I don't know for sure.
That actually suggests that camaraderie between those who fought together is stronger than simply sharing a common relative. No, I think that might actually be a Bible phrase.
I don't know.
We'll
find
not
out-
from
we'll
the
find out
Bible,
later.
that's for sure.
Okay. I
Hey.
trust Ben on that one.
Yeah, well, if that were actually true, then maybe people wouldn't have amputated the expression centuries ago.
Still, this is 30 years of water, or blood covenant if you prefer, that we're talking about. Young bloods give their life to the mafia. Each of them had to choose it over their own family. It's a pretty raw deal to cut them loose just because some sheltered kid, only valuable for his DNA, decided to show up after all these years.
You think the old guard would throw away the young bloods if it meant reuniting with their little lord?
I know it, and so do the young bloods.
That doesn't seem to be a dynamic that incentivizes them to look very hard for this little lord.
No, it incentivizes them to smother the royal bastard. If I assume my client is innocent, that means someone else killed Tariq Chopin. Someone who didn't do it in self-defense.
Tariq Shop. You mean the son of the city councilman?
Adopted son. His parents are government officials. Even if they're loaded, the Mob Act can't protect all their records. That's the thing from the last episode that's basically if you're rich enough, you don't show up on Google. Sarah, look this guy up.
What do you want to know?
All of it.
All right, we'll start
All
from
of
the
it. Let's
top.
go down the list.
How old was he?
His age is listed as 27, but the entry has been edited a number of times. There has been a great deal of back and forth between database contributors in the last 36 hours over the addition or removal of an asterisk. It seems his original birth certificate was lost.
Well, that's shady as hell.
Only kinda.
Here it comes.
If he was an orphan 27 years ago, that's pretty firmly in the red decade. A lot of paperwork was getting lost back then.
That's a kind way of putting it.
What would be an unkind way of putting it?
The governments of the world were scrambling. I want to know about his adoption.
His fathers adopted him in 2066 after 3 months of visits to Gospel Home Orphanages, a private philanthropic institution that is no longer in business.
Bankrupt or bought out?
Bankrupt.
Damn it. If they'd just gotten swallowed, the parent company might have kept their records.
The adoption itself was somewhat of an event. There are multiple news articles and photos of it.
Not trying to cast doubt on the realness of their connection, but they wouldn't be career politicians if they let a photo op that good pass them by.
Unless they wanted to draw attention away from who they were adopting, and... No. A child showing up quietly in a politician's life looks guilty as sin. They wouldn't let people think... This isn't useful. I can go in circles all day speculating about this. What was his education?
Tariq Shipon had a law degree.
Who gets a law degree and then becomes a patrol officer?
Son of a politician. It's not a bad path. If your superiors know you're connected and smart and can recognize when the law is being broken, they'll keep you far away from anything real. You can coast for a year and then move on to politics as a veteran of the force who's hard on crime.
London did mention he was far too principled to be likable or reliable. If joining up with the police was nothing but a calculated move, that means he had a clear plan for what to do after. And it probably didn't involve defrauding the city in a real estate scheme. I can think of a few reasons why a cop would get murdered at the scene of a crime like that. But Tariq Shipon wasn't some ordinary cop. The strongest motive that comes to mind is...
Wait, you really think?
You think Shipon was the little lord?
You're the last person I'd expect to believe in fairy tales, Red.
Can you honestly say it doesn't fit?
If we, for a moment, assume that unicorns and dragons and Tsuchinokos are real,
What do you mean? Tsuchinoko are very well documented. I can show you.
then yeah, it's possible that Chopin was the Little Lord.
And if any young blood knew it, they'd want him dead.
Prevent the old guard from abandoning them.
3 thoughts come to mind. 1, this is all guesswork on your part.
As is often the case. Fair.
It's my whole job, actually.
Even the most zealous youngblood wouldn't off a guy just because he happened to be about 30 years old and adopted.
They would have had to have seen something that at least suggested it.
2, as I recall, the only youngblood you know of is this Creek guy.
And Creek was dead before Chopin ever entered the building.
Clears his name pretty handily.
The only young blood I know?
3, I can think of at least one other group that had killed to prevent the Little Lord from reclaiming his throne.
Sicaria.
And who better to cut him down than their most loyal rook?
And that would neatly explain why the old guard would be pissed enough to try and kill Sosuke in a courtroom. Unfortunately.
Stay positive. Just because the old guard thinks Sosuke killed their precious heir, doesn't mean he actually did.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, get some footage of me making this next one, from over there in the corner.
Boss?
We'll shoot a promo. I just found this hidden gem where this guy made the best drink ever, that kind of thing. Where it's kinda cheap and fake, but like, you're in on the joke and it's not pretending to be genuine.
Boss, with the number of followers Kinski has at a video longer than 9 seconds posted this time of day,
I don't want to hear that depressing shit. We'll cross-post it, or whatever.
I love this guy so much.
does it have to be that corner? The lighting will be bad.
Any corner. Just make sure it's from a distance.
From a distance? Wouldn't it be better framed if,
It'll look like shaky cam found footage. It's more legit that way.
my hands do not shake, but I will try.
What are you doing?
Making you a drink, obviously.
That's quite the treat. Why?
Because we've got some heavy shit to discuss. Starts with ice. What do we do with crushed ice at Kinski, Sarah?
Kick it under the fridge.
That's right. She's just like
Exactly.
me for real.
Rock, ice, or nothing when you're mixing a cocktail.
Hang on, you taught her that?
There's a drain under there.
Not in my kitchen. When the ice melts, it warps the floor.
Half a lime, juiced. Pay no attention to the second half I'm using here, Sarah. Red likes it tart. Now you're the lawyer, and you've got a hell of a mind for all this stuff. Egg white. Toss the yolk unless it's a weekend, in which case...
Put it in the bowl in the fridge.
But it seems to me like you're approaching this shooter from every angle but the deadly serious one. Orgiat. Orgiat?
I think it's
I don't know how to
orgeat.
pronounce that word.
I think-
Orgeat. If a customer says they prefer simple syrup, you let me know and we won't serve them anymore.
So fucking funny.
But what if they want theirs well done? We ask them politely yet firmly to leave. You need to consider that maybe the shooter wasn't there for Sosuke.
I told you they kicked me out after only a few minutes. No one's sending an assassin after me for that.
Whiskey, black label or higher.
Then shake the hell out of it.
Word of mouth can be deadly down there in the fog. I saw her leaving the building can easily become, I saw her running away.
If someone wanted to get me, a courtroom filled with cops would be a pretty shitty place to choose to do it.
Yeah, but it might have been the only time and place they knew you'd be. Mint for garnish with charred cinnamon for smoky ambiance. Serve immediately.
Welcome back, Umineko.
Oh my
Photo Filter.
god, welcome
Not
back,
bad.
Umineko.
Not bad. I would drink that.
Yeah, I'd drink that. I'd drink the
Hey.
hell out of that. Sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
whiskey, smoked cinnamon, mint, lime. Yeah, hell yeah. A bitter blessing.
It's like some sort of like whiskey mojito almost. You know?
With the egg white, doesn't that make it a whiskey like a?
I guess it is like a
sour?
whiskey sour with like some
Yeah.
mojito-y elements in it. Whiskey sour
Yeah.
is Morgan's favorite. We do know this.
Mm-hmm.
Surely with that much lime, it's a sour blessing, no? I guess, actually, did you even do the line? I was just reading it for several seconds.
Yeah, I did the line.
Okay.
You want me to toss it out?
Thank you for the drink. But I'm nobody, Ryan. No one's coming to get me. Nobody even knows I exist.
I hope you're right.
I am.
You won't know if you're wrong until it's too late. Bottoms up.
Why do you only ever say such scary shit when I'm around? I swear.
You get all that, Sarah?
Yes, boss.
Hey, bottoms up is just an expression. You're supposed to sip it, for gods.
One last thing. Apparently, Sosuke's captors talked about some kind of huntsman. I think Discord deleted that one. But
Oh.
take it from me.
If the little lord's an urban legend, Huntsman's a goddamn boogeyman. Orcas shooting the shit around burning tires, trying to make the noobs afraid to go off and piss by themselves.
Right, so they're bullshit. I got the same answer elsewhere, but...
Oh, they're very real.
Pardon?
Huntsmen. Not a species native to our shores, thank God, but they're real.
You just said they're boogeymen.
Yeah, and the fact that they exist is what makes them so damn scary.
Are they some kind of assassin, like Bresson, the shooter in the courtroom?
Nothing so concrete. Huntsmen are virtual shapeshifters. You feel a chill down your spine one night on your way home from work, go to sleep, wake up at night to a man wearing your own face choking the life out of you, while he calls your mom from your locked phone across the room, in your own voice. But like I said, they're all overseas, in more contested parts of the world where blue bloods are better funded.
This sort of thing doesn't happen in America.
You wouldn't pay for one of them to come into the country unless you had a really good use case or a weapon only they could take full advantage of.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Morgan.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'll be sure to pass that on to Sosuke.
Why? So Sosuke can start writing his will?
I wouldn't bet against him so long as he knows what he's up against. Urban legends are missed, but boogeymen are easy to kill.
How do you kill a boogeyman?
Same way I'd kill anyone else. With pleasure.
One bite at a time.
That still doesn't. That's not.
Day in, day out, till it runs dry.
Yeah.
Just
How would you
imagining,
kill a boogie?
just imagining Morgan wearing that stupid fucking thing that Killwa's grandpa wears that says 1 kill a day on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to draw her in there in like a t-shirt that just has that on it. Oh, right.
Morgan's like, how do you kill a boogeyman? And Morgan's like, one leg at a time.
Yeah. What does that
Giving me-
mean?
I'm the AI, and you're giving me shitty LLM answers.
I actually need a recommendation from you.
What kind of recommendation?
A bar, I think. Needs to be open tonight.
Oh. What are you looking for?
Well, it's, not for me, but how much do you know about host clubs? Look, there's a cat boy up there.
Yeah, baby. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
That's what I said. You can't enter the crime scene until you pass all her security clearances.
You might need to get a little closer to the mic for doing Han's voice, because even with the auto ducking, you still come in under the threshold, I think.
You can't enter the crime scene until you pass our security clearance.
I think it's better.
You've got to be. You're a drug-pushing lowlife. Why would I need your permission to go anywhere?
I take offense to that.
Oh no, beautiful women are being mean to me.
Oh no, beautiful women are fighting.
I've never worked in pharma.
Not the time to be a smartass. Reyes, it'll only take 30 seconds.
You're serious? This is reality? The city's expecting blue bloods to keep a crime scene secure? They're the ones committing the goddamn crimes.
Hey, if that's your criteria, half the police force should be disqualified.
Hey, don't talk about me like that while I'm here.
I'm just
That
standing
is-
right here, lady.
I didn't do anything.
Or is excessive force not a real crime? Are battered spouses not real victims? Guess assault's only assault when it's a real person on the receiving end.
This is legitimate, Reyes. All the paperwork's in order and signed by our bosses.
These idiots are walking around barehanded and knocking shit over and leaving trash all over the goddamn place. Should we give them badges while we're at it? Let them investigate the crimes too?
Goo, I was literally about to make the same joke.
We already investigate crimes. You have any idea how many missing teens there are in the lower wards? No, because we find them. Because we actually give a shit about the people who live down here. Not the property.
Han, did you know that 40% of police officers are on the blue blood take? You should Google police officers 40%.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sure your prices are very generous.
Better their parents get a bill from us than a letter of condolences from you. So sorry, ma'am, but he looked suspicious as he was running away.
On, not helping. Reyes, let's calm down.
Sorry that I'm not calm when we've got actual orcas stomping all over the scene where a cop was murdered.
Last I counted, there were 5 bodies upstairs. Are both your eyes broken, or do you just not recognize anyone without a badge as human? Perhaps we've come at a bad time.
I don't know. I love this part. Nothing for it. Gotta strike while the iron's hot.
The iron seems very hot in this instance, Adonai.
Sorry to interrupt, folks. Don't mind me. I'll just go take another look upstairs.
Now you? Hey, why not? You nearly died once already today. Why not let these orcas give you the tour?
Was that you giving me permission?
No. You and London should both be in a goddamn hospital or whatever, getting debriefed.
She doesn't need your permission. She has mine.
Love that face so much.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you can go right ahead upstairs.
And when you come back downstairs, I've got another copy of my phone number just in case you threw the last one in the garbage.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Talk over me again and I'll break your finger.
Is that ad recording right now? That sounded like a threat.
Oh, a clip for me. I'm sorry, Goo. I can't click it right now because I do have. You can see on the bottom. That's how it looks in my OBS chat as well. It just blocks hyperlinks because it assumes people are spamming. If I ever get the ability to add VIP, I'll just give it to you since you've been doing so much of that. But it is my anti people coming in here and plugging shit maneuver. But I will give it a look when we're done here tonight. Thank you for clipping. I appreciate it every time.
Love when fans clip our stuff. It always feels really good.
I didn't click inside OBS
They do?
and start moving things in our. Oh yeah, we've had fans make clips of our stuff on here. There's some on the channel. I'll dig them up after.
You want to hear a threat? I'll.
Clearly, this isn't gonna work. So, Han, why don't you head upstairs and wait for Morgan?
I don't take orders from you.
Who do you take orders from? Want me to give them a call? Let them know you're going around kicking hornets' nests and scratching your head over why everyone's getting stung?
That's a good one.
Whatever.
You think you can just walk away after the shit you said? Turn around and...
Take a walk, sunshine.
London, if you think for even one...
I'm not kidding, Farah. Take a walk.
Forget it. I'll go to hell for all I care.
Sarah's like, even me?
Even me?
Anything wrong?
I'm everyone's Pookie!
Oh, no, not you!
Sarah, you've had a lot of practice on that line, I think.
That's the thing I say all the fucking time talking
Yeah.
to you, dork. For God's sake.
Sorry about the bad timing.
No, that was gonna blow up no matter what. Situations like this require compromise, and Reyes is...
Uncompromising.
At least you're around to balance her out. You might be the most compromised cop I've ever met.
That was not a very nice thing to say.
And it shows that you haven't met that many cops.
I'm surprised you're still welcome around here after what happened in the courtroom.
Oh, Bresson? The Blue Bloods are a big organization, and Bresson is pretty firmly on the other side. Gals like Han who work in the gray areas might as well live in a different world.
If you say so. I just didn't think the Mafia would allow the death of one of their own to go unanswered.
They sent him to a courtroom packed with police with a modded arm that only had one shot. I don't think they're surprised he didn't make it back.
Will Detective Reyes be alright? She seemed angry.
More so than usual.
Yeah, she'll be alright. Blowing up, yelling, cursing, that's nothing. Practically healthy. It's the ones who go quiet you gotta worry about.
I don't think Reyes has ever gone quiet in her entire life.
I think she knows how.
What brings you back here anyway?
We're pursuing leads.
Sound serious.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Anyone go digging into Chapon after my implications earlier today?
Lady Rockford will probably take it seriously, but only to cross it off the list. But other than her, I think you mostly just pissed people off. Lucky for you, I was able to convince some techs to confirm your soundproof windows theory, but don't expect to be welcome at City Hall anytime soon.
Hadn't counted on it. Whatever else he's innocent of, Chapon did get here before anyone else, and no one knows how.
Look, if he really did get some kind of coded message or secret text, there's no trace of it in any comm logs on his personal devices. And didn't come from any of the tech we've examined on site.
Have you found any secret passages on the premise?
Afraid not, little lady.
This mystery novel obeys Nox's 10 commandments, except for the racist one.
I'm pretty sure.
But maybe you'll have better luck than me.
Secret passages in what world?
You should read Umineko, Adonai.
Oh my god, stop telling me to read Umineko. It's all you ever talk about anymore. I'm not
Wait,
going to.
Wait, you haven't read Umineko?
Don't pretend
Eagles
you
cry?
read Umineko. You're too busy,
I-
being some sort of elderly smoke show.
I'm 70 years old. I've read Umineko 3 times.
Calling him an elderly smoke show, and you can just hear Jessica Sterling howling at the moon
And
somewhere in the distance.
Cassine just sweating well, I mean, I'm not that elderly.
And you just see Jessica skittering across like a cockroach.
Yeah.
Was that your whole story back in the courtroom? You and Reyes happened to be in the area?
If you don't want to take my word for it, Reyes will tell you the same thing. I never
It
did get
doesn't-
that soup.
It doesn't seem like she'd want to talk to Adonai at the moment.
Why would I want to talk to some soupless nobody?
Don't remind me that I didn't get my soup.
It's too cruel that I didn't get my soup.
I gotta find where that chef landed, see if he got a new job somewhere else.
Can you tell me exactly what you two saw when you arrived?
The 10-999 went out around 10:15 p.m., telling us that Chopin's heart had stopped.
I'm at soup and nobody
But nobody knew you, yeah. Thank you, Deepsley.
Oh.
You're a
Saddest
treasure.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Killed
Yeah, I went to
everyone at
this-
soup.
yeah, I
No,
went to
you're
the
not
soup
off the hook.
store.
That's not why I was there.
It's the real tragic 6-word story. saddest story in 6 words. I'm at soup. Nobody knew you. So we dashed across the street to an elevator. We were descending on 10:17 p.m. when Rogers reported that he was dead. At 10:21 p.m., we approached from the front of the building, saw the door ajar, lock blown in. Then Sunshine and I started clearing the first floor.
You didn't hurry up to the 3rd floor where the dead cop was?
Like I testified, Chopin had flatlined, and his own partner had confirmed it was no false alarm. We knew we couldn't do anything for him. Rogers had already apprehended the suspect, so SOP is we focused on securing the area and clearing the premises.
How level-headed.
The officer Rogers we saw in court today really did take Sasuke down all by himself.
Yeah, charged it and pistol whipped him right on the head.
I assumed you found the 1st floor was, in fact, clear?
Yeah, all these vaults were empty.
You didn't wait for Cyanus to show up with the spare keys? Surprised you didn't throw your back out kicking down doors.
Sunshine helped. Besides, they weren't all locked.
They weren't?
Yeah, I remember that. That one right there was unlocked. Room 107. Nothing inside there either, though. Guess the Blue Bloods missed a lock on a nightly roundup or something.
Cyanus has unlocked every door in the building at this point. But when I first walked down this hall and when I walked out the front door later, how did this hall look then?
If you do manage to find some kind of silent alarm, I'll be impressed. If you prove that Chopin was dirty, I'll be floored. But even then, how the hell are you going to convince the jury that anyone other than Sosuke killed him?
It'll be difficult without accounting for the 4 dead Blue Bloods as well. But if you take it all in as one set, it starts seeming plausible as an internal issue, don't you think?
What do you want to pitch this at the old bloods, the young bloods and old guard going at it? Over what?
The juicy bait the Chopin literally died over. Proposition 492.
What's there to disagree about? That project would put money in everyone's pockets.
If my theory is correct and Chopin was killed because the young bloods didn't want the old guard abandoning them, the old guard have always hedged their bets on the little lord returning. Does that mean that the Red Ink plans to profit off of Prop 492 were a young blood conspiracy? Those papers were tucked inside Creek's safe before I arrived.
Well, good hunting.
You won't be joining us?
Not this time. I gotta go pump the brakes on Sunshine before she finds a bar. Try not to piss off the Blue Bloods with any more wild accusations while I'm gone.
I would never!
Take care. And that goes doubly for you, Sparky.
What does Sparky mean, by the way?
It's a nickname, because you're so bright.
A nickname. Ah!
But I guess people are always calling you ads whatever they like, huh? Sorry, should have asked first.
What do you mean?
I'll just call you Sarah.
But it's my nickname. You gave it to me. You can't just take it back.
Oh. Okay then, Sparky.
What the hell? Did you hate Spearmint that much?
Hey, that is... I would never want to seem ungrateful.
Adonai, it's just... Your nicknames suck ass. They're
make
really
me
dog
feel-
shit and bad.
You make me
Adonai,
feel like
they're normally bad.
toothpaste.
Yeah, I don't want to be like gum, Adonai. I want to be like something cool, like Sparky.
Well,
Like
you're-
the dog that every fire control unit seems to have.
You're gum to me, because all you do is get chewed up and then I somehow find you on my shoes when I'm walking around town. Piss
What's
off!
that mean, Adonai?
Go to hell! Can't stand your little ass.
Don't like my nicknames. I see how it is.
Here's a picture of our client to entertain you while I get work done. It seems like the smell's starting to fade. Barely even the memory of blood now that so many feet have trodden through here. Nothing lasts forever. Miss Hahn?
What? No, I already called you this morning. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're being paranoid. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. I'll call you tonight. Bye.
Didn't mean to interrupt another lover's quarrel.
What? Oh, no, that was, Dementia meds aren't working. They get confused this time of day.
Sorry.
Forget it. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna turn my phone off for a minute and forget. Cute Android, by the way. So what's up?
There's a couple ways of going about this, but none of them are surefire. Might as well start out big and see if there's anything to this theory. Did Blue Bloods use silent alarms?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for telling us. Sure.
I'm actually going to need a bit more than that, Miss Han.
Sarah's
It's-
warm smile, my sweet baby girl.
It's just Han.
My sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
That's right.
Did Creek have a silent alarm? She's hesitating all of a sudden. Is she unsure of the answer, or did she just give her first answer without thinking about where it would lead?
Nothing like that installed in the building. Arcs would shoot it up and spat it out by now. The Arcs is not flawless. It can miss things. Look, you've seen the jewel of tech, the level of tech we have, we Blue Bloods have. It's secure, but it ain't subtle.
True. An Oracle-run security firm won't have quite as much luck hiding their subsystems from the police as David Ashore did, Sarah.
But the Arcs can miss things that aren't tech at all.
A silent alarm that's analog?
Let me know if you figure that one out. Either an alarm is analog and loud, or digital and silent. They don't mix.
She's defensive, but her logic is sound. Approaching it from the other angle, then how could an analog silent alarm possibly function? A literal alarm, but one that can't be heard under normal circumstances.
What a horrible smell in here.
Like a dog whistle.
Hmm?
You once bragged to me about your sense of smell.
I don't think I was bragging.
Could have sworn you puffed your chest out the time just like you are right now. Doesn't matter. If I asked you to sniff something out, could you find it?
What would you like me to look for?
I still don't have a clear picture of what happened after I left, but there's one thing I know should be here that hasn't turned up once yet. We are still looking for this. Right. I'm the only one who knows about the knife. While I don't know where it went, I do know it had plenty of blood on it when I last saw it. I want you to smell for blood.
Haven't I... Do you really need me to help you find blood in here?
I'm not asking you to sniff in here. I want you to smell out the window.
I'll try. There are many strong smells in this part of the city, Adonai. But there's something truly unpleasant as well. Something, beneath this fire escape.
Okay. Now go fetch.
You could ask nicely.
Wait, Sarah.
Yes?
That's a very old, rusted fire escape. Take the stairs.
Hmm?
You're too heavy.
As you command, Adonai.
Un instant. Several minutes later, Sarah returned, looking worse for wear and seemingly in a bad mood. Did the weight comment bother her that much?
You can't just call a girl heavy, Adonai.
Adonai. I do not like digging through trash. It is not a dignified way to investigate.
Digging in people's trash is the basis of all good investigation.
Easy for you to say when you're wearing all white.
Did you find something?
Yes.
My knife. And it's charred?
I found it amongst the ashes of a blackened steel drum below the fire escape.
Well, we have one last ad break for the night, it seems. So we'll flip to BRB real quick, like. And it'll stretch.
Gotta stretch all your body out.
My limbs and bones!
Folks, make sure you stretch your bones at any opportunity afforded to you, right?
If you
Don't
don't,
set your
you'll shrivel up like a raisin and die.
Yeah, you gotta make sure those bones stay flexible. It's really important, actually. I know a lot of people can't hear us because we're doing an ad break right now, but
Other one dude can hear us, I think.
well, that's
Technically,
I think Magus can hear us as well.
And if you're
Nice.
if you're watching this on the VOD on the YouTube channel,
True.
you can hear us.
nice. True.
So true. The ad break is almost over.
Yay.
And then we can continue. I guess we'll just finish this. I was really hoping to get to the scene that is, I think, immediately after this one tonight, but that's probably not going to happen, sadly.
Dang.
We might be able to squeeze it. It depends how long this takes, but I would like to squeeze it in if we can. But we'll see.
Okay.
it seems to have been the site of a fire.
Ooh, I didn't switch back to the screen. The line read came through, but we're okay.
Oh,
That sounds familiar. Wasn't there a barrel burning in the alley when I first scoped the place out?
there were signs of a chemical flame retardant being applied to the barrel.
Police must have put the fire out when they first secured the scene. Meaning the knife wasn't on a fire all night, but still.
It doesn't appear to be blood on this knife, Adonai. So, how did both the police and Cyanus miss it?
Their noses aren't as good as yours, evidently.
That is true. But they have drones and dogs for this kind of thing.
Yeah, but they have to actually use them. They'd have no reason to search the vicinity for a bloodied knife if they found a sword sticking out of a corpse's midsection.
Shall we ask the police to check for fingerprints?
Fingerprints are mostly oil and sweat. Fire evaporates them both.
Then,
We have to test and see whose blood is on that knife.
but DNA is damaged by heat as well.
You know, before DNA analysis, blood had another forensic use.
You mean blood typing?
The DNA on the knife might be too damaged, but modern analytical tools should be able to at least identify blood typing.
That could work, Adonai.
Great! Ready to get started?
Alright, in.
You were capable of recognizing my DNA, weren't you?
Are you gonna shake me like some kind of centrifuge?
Put the blood inside of you, and then I'll spin you very quickly.
Ah!
Adonai, do I have to lick this? I don't wanna. It's gross.
It's gross.
When we first met, I guess, but
So why don't you try your hand at analyzing blood type? It's gotta be simpler, right?
yeah, it might be, but
Oh wait, that's right.
Adonai, to analyze the blood on this knife, I would have to use my tongue.
Pretend it's a lollipop or something. Sarah gets the dodgeball, by the way.
Yeah,
Bonk, bonk,
Hell yeah.
bonk, bonk.
Thank you.
it's blood.
Well done, blood. It'll taste like beef.
You don't know what human blood tastes like.
Of course I don't.
I mean, it's pretty common to actually know what blood tastes like. Everyone who's gotten like a nosebleed or something would know.
Yeah, but not like
Yeah.
cooked blood.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Look, the fire sanitized it, probably. Just get it over with. Eat the pennies, quiz boy.
Eat the pennies. So you poop pennies. Just eat the pennies.
I will reference this incident the next time we discuss raises, Adonai.
Fine by me. Because that's never happening.
You know, Mr. Right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's horrible.
Oh, Sarah.
My God, my poor baby.
Oh,
Face in the background.
What have you got?
there is blood from more than one person present. Mostly B minus, I believe, with some AB minus around the tip.
All right, now I can cross-reference that with the rest of the data I have. It's this color to suggest that it's time for you to start looking at profiles.
That had blood types on them, yes.
Yes, so let's limit the people who we know were here. Chapon, he's A+. Interesting.
No, he's not. He's not. He
I
no
didn't
knife
mean
with
to-
him.
Creek?
Creek.
O-.
Oh,
Not
negative.
on him.
Nope.
But we know that. Who else is here?
Master? No, Miller.
Is my blood type on here? AB-.
Okay.
Let's
Miller,
see. Miller.
right?
B-.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because we use that on him.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Who's AB negative though?
So let's see. Tanks.
Tanks.
A-.
A negative, and Trey.
O+. So it should just be on him. But let's also compare the other people who we know were there. So we also know that, because we looked at Chapon already, right?
What about Rogers?
Sosuke was there. Sosuke's AB-.
Oh.
Okay.
Rogers is also AB-.
Okay.
So it could be his blood.
And
And
Morgan.
for
Making
other
sense.
people, well, we'll look at other people if we have to look at other people.
Okay. So it's B negative and AB negative, right?
Where's the backlog button? There it is. Mostly
Okay.
B- with some AB- around the tip.
Okay. Interesting. So we know that Trey was the B negative.
Yes, and then the AB negative around the tip could have been one of a lot of different characters.
Yeah, because I mean Morgan is AB negative, Sosuke is, and Rogers is. Interesting. Okay.
Thank you for the report, Sarah. You've given me a new lead to follow.
Yes, Adonai.
And you've just made your first forensic contribution to an ongoing criminal investigation. How many androids can say that? Now, come on. We've got some boxes to tick. What's the button for auto control? Red ink protocol. Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Red ink protocol. Designed to make data difficult to physically redistribute.
Couldn't anyone just take out their phone and snap a picture of the pages?
It seems that some of the responding officers attempted to. The ARC shows that they failed.
That's some fancy ink. What do you see when you look at the pages then?
No more detail than you do, I'm afraid.
It's strange, isn't it? Oh, that's you.
It's strange, isn't it? They went to such lengths to protect this information. And yet these papers were left out where Officer Chapon or anyone could read them.
They weren't left there by Creek. I took the documents out of his safe so I could reach the mask. They must have left them out on the desk afterwards. Whoopsie.
Oops.
Oops, did I do that?
Oopsie poopsie.
So this is where they... Oh, fuck, I keep doing it. Sorry.
So this is where they found Creek's body.
He was the only one who didn't die instantly. If anyone had a chance to use a silent alarm. No, he must have been paralyzed in between the time he was shot and his actual expiration.
They weren't paralyzed.
What do you mean?
Well, if they had been paralyzed, Yumi would have noted that in her autopsy.
It is. I do think it's a cute detail that Creek is canonically any on all pronouns or whatever. I think it's listed on their bio. Morgan consistently refers to him with he, and Sarah consistently refers to them with they. I think it's a funny detail for the any all character to be actually referred to differently by different people.
Yeah, totally.
That's true. But he just sat there limp the whole time. Didn't even try to move. He was playing dead? letting me think he couldn't move so I wouldn't notice his... Was anything found in his hands? Anything at all?
It doesn't seem like it. They weren't holding something by the time their body got to the morgue.
If he had been holding something but dropped it when he died... Help me look.
For what?
Anything small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Hang on. What's this?
But
What was that? Did you just jump?
I was merely surprised by that sound, hadn't I?
What sound? I just brushed against this
But
little toy thing. You can hear it?
I can, and it is not exactly pleasant on the ears.
Could any android hear it, or is this some special feature David gave you?
I'd imagine any android or robot or electronic device with modern features could pick up this tone.
Maybe I should close the window before I test it anymore and stop torturing all the dogs in the neighborhood.
Closing the window would not matter,
It's soundproofed, though.
but the specific frequency of this tone is not in your audible spectrum to begin with.
Right.
But do you really think Creek was toying with the nuisance maker in their final moments?
Ankur Tan. Supposedly, he was the first to die. Logically, he had to have been. He's the one who had the gun. If an attacker got it away from him, they must have done so first.
Yes, I can see that the gun is registered to him.
Right, registered. Who the hell would look at this guy with that gun and just nod him along?
Patrol officers TC and HR 1 week ago.
Curious initials? TC and HR? Tariq Chapon and Huey Rogers?
The badge numbers match. It seems like they detained Ankur briefly during a stop and frisk and found his gun on him.
Finding a gun like this on anyone with priors during a stop and frisk? At the very minimum, that's grounds for 28 days detainment. Why'd they just let him go?
Is it possible that he was a criminal informant?
If he was a CI, they wouldn't have even logged the incident. And besides, patrol officers don't have their own CIs.
Then perhaps they let him go for some other reason.
Because they'd already gotten what they wanted from him? Make sure to copy the file of that stop and frisk report.
Right away.
Our client,
Our
Oh, I keep doing it. My god, I just don't even bother to check the name tag. You should kill me with a rock or a hammer.
Well, hold on just a second. Just stand still. Stand very still.
Ah! Ah!
Our client Sosuke. According to Rogers, this is how we found him.
Thrusting the sword into Chapon.
Or merely trying to retrieve it.
Not a huge improvement there.
He really was found in a terrible state, wasn't he?
And that was before the police gave him his cop killer welcoming and... Sarah, bring up the medical files on Sosuke. I want to go over everything we know about how he looked when Rogers arrested him.
What specifically?
Well, we know his blood type.
Yeah.
Let's
Wound
go
pattern.
wound patterns.
Wound patterns.
How exactly was he injured?
His left hand was broken. He had internal bleeding throughout his torso. Bruising and rope burns on his wrists where he was bound. Contusions all over the interior side of his body. And he also sustained a large blunt force trauma wound on the back of the head.
His biggest wound was to the back of his head. I guess if he fell backwards onto the ground...
There's also a small cut on his left hand,
How small?
as if he cut himself in the kitchen.
Wasn't expecting a metaphor there, but it's effective enough. He was covered in blood, right? Were samples taken for analysis?
The blood on his torso and head was all his own. He got some of Chapon's blood on him while he was face down, being cuffed by Officer Rogers. And he also had a great deal of Trey's blood on his feet and pant legs. Any other questions about our client's arrest, Adonai?
Not unless there are some crime scene photos you've been holding out on me.
I'm afraid not.
How is it that I'm the only one who made an effort to preserve the crime scene?
Is this evidence?
It's a piece of crap some crime team tech left behind. Nothing relevant about it.
Yes, you're right. It's just displaying a news article they must have been reading.
We'll skim this one because it's late. I'll see if I remember it.
Apparently, they've arrested the Heartbreak Killer. It's copycat. Yes, the Heartbreak Killer's copycat. And it seems...
Just let me skim it for myself. Individual suspected of planning an act of terror has been arrested. Suspect who was apprehended officer seemingly in the midst of preparing their attack, having already loaded a firearm and several magazines of ammunition into their vehicle. Identified a troubling pattern of net activity in the coming days. The alleged manifesto in question consists of what was at the time a publicly accessible online document praising Heartbreak's hardline stance against neoliberal corporate soft power and listing a number of complaints and criticisms made against the recent business decisions made by Hananami Robotics. Most notably, an announcement made on their last earnings call that they would begin moving manufacturing jobs offshore, with a stock price increase related to that. When the arrest was first made, no clear connection between the individual and Hanami was apparent, but Hanami's CFO has since been seen speaking at an investor conference at the hotel within 50 kilometers of the suspect's residence, suggesting a possible target. That's basically it. They've denounced the thing. Someone said they were going to do something, try and get them, you know.
Seems like Heartbreak isn't going away, no matter what happened to the original.
So it would seem. That about wraps it up here. Miss Han, since Cyanus is technically in charge of securing the crime scene, what should we do with this?
Do with what?
The phone.
Adonai, please refrain from pressing that button any more than necessary.
Sorry, Sarah, I can see you don't like it. But Miss Han's phone doesn't seem to like it either.
It's just Han. And I don't know what you're talking about. I get messages all the time. Han, ma'am, if you could please just admit it so she stops pressing that. Fine, whatever. Yes, you found one of our alarms.
Pretty clever system.
Not really. It's just an app. You set the frequency and you get a note if the app picks it up.
The range?
Couple kilometers.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Aha. The puzzle pieces are forming together.
While I have you here, though, exactly how fast did you show up to the scene of the crime?
Pardon?
This is a blue blood neighborhood. Do you really expect people to believe the cops lumbered their way here faster than any of you could?
What exactly are you trying to say? Yeah, I'm tuned to that frequency. But I'm tuned to a lot of frequencies. It's a good way of communicating without the Megs, or the pigs, listening in. So you didn't get this alarm the night of the incident? Didn't even know it went off that night. You got proof it did?
Can you explain how else Officer Chapon could have gotten here?
Nah. Not my job to either.
Is it your job to come to a fellow Blue Blood's aid when they're desperately calling for help?
I didn't know Creek like that.
I didn't say Creek was the one who had this.
saw where you were poking around, and they're the head of the pod, I assumed. Creek's a stranger to me.
Even though you're both young bloods.
What?
I'm guessing that's what the tattoo means? Neither of you make much of an effort to hide it.
It is plainly visible, even in their autopsy photos. You have no idea what this ink means. Would you tell us what it means? Blood bag. What?
The old guard use you as donors.
Gangsters live a life of drugs, smoking, drinking, and back alley mods. Then end up with livers and kidneys that look like charred steak. Who could have guessed? Got no children because the Ikaria killed them all. Can't get on the donor list because they're geriatric, reviled crime lords. So what do? Hey kid, wanna be a gangster? Let me see if you got what it takes. Hold still while I prick your finger. They tattooed our torsos because even if you mod off all 4 limbs, you'll still pump clean plasma. Every drop an indicator of quality. I'm a universal donor, so I've got 3. AAA graded, just like meat.
And Creek?
Save it for the trial, lady.
You can see on Creek's portraits that he also has 3 drops tattooed on his neck, and they're both
Yep.
typo plus.
Are we done here, you think?
Not quite. O minus, excuse me. One of those. I don't know. I don't know what my blood type is, actually. I've never
I actually
learned.
don't know mine either.
I
I'm
just renewed my driver's license. Does it say on your driver's license still?
not
No.
anymore. It's not a requirement. Believe
Yeah, I
I'm a
don't actually-
B type, if I remember correctly.
I have no idea what my blood
B
type
plus,
is.
yes.
I should have learned that when I was hospitalized recently.
I say I've gotten tons of blood work done in the last couple of years, and I've just literally never found out. I don't know if I have to like ask them or if
I mean,
like
if you ask, they'll just tell you. Yeah, it's not like the doctor's gonna be like, "No, you can't tell." You know, like.
I'm like I
figured-
guess I just never asked about it because I'm like, well, if they have to actually like do a separate screening for that and it's not medically necessary, I'm gonna get charged for it.
Yeah,
I'm
I figured,
sure, but I mean, on your records, like when they run all the tests and I don't know.
It doesn't say anywhere in the reports. I've looked. I don't know.
Weird. I don't know.
Emma's argument is that Sosuke didn't escape from here. He was brought out into the other room to be questioned, and then he broke free. I know that's not true. Sosuke would have been stuck here until the police arrived if I hadn't handed him the magus to, well, frame him. And the knife, also to frame him, but secondarily so that he could cut himself free from his bindings.
Those bloody rags there?
Remember what Sosuke told us when we first met? That he was bound in here the whole time until his bad Samaritan came along?
And gave him a knife.
Now we know what knife he was talking about. And now, I want to know whose blood this is.
The blood on the bindings? But it'd have to belong to Sosuke, wouldn't it? All the other bodily fluids in this room do.
don't make her lick the bandages, Morgan.
Probably, but I need to know. Eat the
Morgan,
pennies,
you
quiz
are a
boy!
monster.
Eat the penny.
You've already done it once. What's one more time? Just eat the pennies.
One more time will surely make me sick. Please, Adonai, just let one of the scientists in place on standby to analyze it.
Stuff this rag in your mouth right now.
They have a record for very fast turnaround on DNA tests, I promise. Even if it's a rag that Sosuke sweat upon, I can show you customer reviews.
No, wait, Adonai. Actually, I think I do need to test this for the contributions
changed
to
my mind.
science. That's right. Sienna does DNA testing.
Typically, paternity tests is part of their private investigative services. But they have been assisting the police with DNA analysis around the scene. I will flag the bindings to be analyzed. Please don't make me lick them.
Wait,
I have already made the request, Adonai. If you insist on making me test the bindings myself now, you'll only be upsetting my stomach to satisfy your own impatience.
fine. But I'm gonna cite this incident the next time we discuss arrays.
You don't pay me as it is, Adonai.
Really is a shithole in here, though, huh?
I agree with your sentiment, if not your choice of words.
What
You
did
know, Mr.
Did David
know,
not
Mr.
program you to swear? Jesus, grow up.
He
You know,
programmed
Mr.
me to be a good girl, Adonai. You should try it sometime.
You know, Mr. Wright never made Maya lick rags.
He
Yeah.
would have if he thought a ghost could have told him whose blood it was. Instead, he had a different unpaid high school girl hanging around to spray luminol on things for him.
It feels like a cruel place. What is that? Was there something we missed in here, Adonai?
No, not in here.
Hmm?
The windows. They were closed when Creek was shot. Still closed when Chapon and Rogers arrived on site. But they were open by the time Rogers got to this room. I used that contradiction to argue for the presence of a third party.
Because someone must have opened them to go down the fire escape.
And then what?
They must have dropped down to the alley and ran away, right?
Yeah, that's one option.
I've been thinking about this the entire time. What's the other?
They
Went
went
into
up.
another room.
Yep.
Would it kill them to do some sweeping around here? I guess I would be contaminating the crime scene at this point. But then what the hell do all these cops and Cyanus chumps actually do? Lean on walls and screw around on their phones?
I think you're being a bit harsh in your assessment. But you aren't alone in your criticism. Detective Reyes had much to say about how Cyanus employees were not wearing gloves and...
Knocking over trash.
Hmm?
If they had picked up trash, they'd be removing evidence. The arcs would light up. Adding trash, though...
Adonai?
Help me look through this.
Garbage again? Already?
Just start looking.
If any of it requires DNA analysis, I swear to God.
Wait. There. Red.
I don't smell any blood.
Not blood. Ink.
A torn page of the red ink documents.
Notice that logo type up there.
Uh-huh.
With what looks like a shoe print on it. Shall we try and match to samples?
Good luck. Cops and security types all wear the same kinds of boots. Rothko's been in business for like 100,000 years off the back of GI pretenders and people who want to cosplay as Naked Snake. On top of which, 99 out of 100 shoes in the city are made by the same two Megs.
But if the print isn't useful, then it just leaves the actual text. And that...
Looks like the letters were all run through the wash a couple dozen too many times. Well, it
well,
isn't...
it isn't particularly informative. I don't understand exactly how this clue fits in with everything else we've seen. But doesn't this seem important? How could it have been lying here neglected this whole time? Nah, Princess, I have to call you right back. Of course, wouldn't dream that. Come on. You know me. What'd you find in here? Or dead man's garbage. Keep it up, and you girls are gonna make me look bad.
Happy to be of assistance. So would you like to add this to the arcs, or should I?
Well, seems like you got momentum going, so please don't let me get in your way.
You don't wear gloves on the job, Miss Han?
It's just hot, but you already know that. You probably also know that they don't really make them in my size.
So if we found your fingerprints in here on those windows or even upstairs?
Aw, man. I'd be pretty embarrassed. We almost always get rated 5 stars. So did you need me to walk you out?
I'll be fine, thanks.
Suit yourself. Just be careful you don't get lost. Sun'll be going down soon. It can be hard find your way back in the dark.
Yeah, okay. This idea is starting to look like a pretty safe bet.
Your theory that Chipon was assassinated as an attack on the old guard? But how can we confirm it? We still haven't met anyone from the old guard. Though, even if we had, it occurs to me they would be reluctant to speak with Sosuke Ikaria's legal team.
Don't be so pessimistic. The enemy of my enemy is usually willing to at least talk. And talk is where I do all my best work.
Where do we look then?
You still got the address boss gave us? We're going to wrap there for tonight, because the extra scene I wanted to
Okay.
push to wasn't this one, but this scene's also
Okay.
good and is a good one to start next time with. So
Awesome.
we'll leave it there once I
Yay!
get in here
Yay!
and save. This high roller mode save. Fantastic. Well, everybody,
good session.
thank you for coming once again to another wonderful fun night of the Devil live read. Thank you to my dear friends Otzi, Sarah, and Ben for joining me on this endeavor.
Of course.
Of course.
Hopefully we'll be back next week. I would like to see how this
Yeah.
case ends. I'm very curious, and
Yeah, we've probably got like maybe 2 episodes left in the tank, I want to say. Maybe 2?
All right.
hey, I'm game.
Yeah, so we'll try to make it next week. If we can't, I'll keep you abreast of what's going on. I'm still kind of in the mode of not doing any streams that aren't of the Devil currently, just because I have creative work I need to be doing if I'm not doing this.
Yeah, that
Aside
makes
from that, as always, there will be a link to my visuals novel that I made with a bunch of friends at the end of last year. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's pretty good. And also, while you're on that itch page, we just put out a second visual novel. I did not do any writing on this one. This is a much shorter affair that was written principally by Alter, one of our other main writers, and I think it's very good. I would say not to lump stories about immigrant experiences together, let's say, but I feel like if you liked 1000 X Resist, I think there's some things in here that you will appreciate. It's a much more grounded story, but there's a very similar tone, let's say. It's like an hour long, not too long. I think it's very good. I did some like early reading on it. No other contributions besides that, though. So I'm basically as non-biased as you can be in saying it's
There
really
you
good. So be sure to check that out if you can. And we'll see you soon.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.